Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, as you can see, there's no green screen tonight, guys. Power's been off practically the whole day, so I haven't even had a chance to charge my phone. But it's all good. We're having a good show, and we're going to have a good laugh tonight, probably. Please, if you do have children, make sure they are not in the room tonight, because there is a lot of profanity in this video.
No.
It's an understatement. But yeah, how are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Great.
Cool, thanks.
Now, like you said, that profanity is unreal, like, and ideally you shouldn't be showing it, but it needs to be shown because, like, these guys are on live streams, representing Flat Earth poorly.
That's it. I mean, we slip up, and we swear now and again, we profane now and again. But if you're doing it constantly, prolifically, without thought, you know what I mean, not even that. Oh, sorry, it's
No,
then
it's
part of your vocabulary,
This was like,
and that's not right.
Yeah, but this was like drawing a line, stepping over it, and running another 100 meters past the line.
Wow.
He just didn't worry at all the way he was going on.
Crazy.
And the thing that bothered me the most, it's very alarming, Witsit didn't stop him.
No.
He laughed with him. That's the most alarming part of it all. So that's why
I would have had to leave, and I wouldn't.
Exactly. I mean, what are we like? Even if someone says in the chat, "Jesus Christ," no written out, it was like, can you chill out with that? You know what I mean? It's crazy that he lets him do that.
Yeah, I mean,
I was watching something from Flat Earth and Coffee, and he was saying something about Witsit, and he was saying Witsit being a Christian. I'm thinking, Witsit's not a Christian, mate.
Yeah, and Witsit more New Age.
I like Flat Earth and Coffee. And Coffee, but
nice
I don't like who he supports. He's actually got you on his damn please support these guys list.
Yeah, no, Coffee is an awesome guy. I got nothing against him. But like I said, I don't really bother with Glowbusters anymore when we show to what they're about and whatever. But we move on. I'm just saying, if Witsit was honest, he would have told the guys straight away, listen here, this is not the way to behave and go on and stuff. But the thing is, he was laughing with him, and the arguments presented was appalling. It was beyond it was sad. I mean, from the Globe side too, but they never have anything. But this is specifically to everybody. Is this some kind of joke? Are they acting like flat earthers or something to make us all look dumb?
Yeah. Rebel Nazarene, we're not saying he's responsible for his language, but he could have said, look, can you chill out with it? That's all.
Yeah, he could have just told him, listen here, mate, this isn't how it's done. Just stop. Yeah, he's a douchebag. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Just Bill, thank you for coming.
Hey, guys, what's up?
It's good to see you.
Yeah, I just left Refracted Philosophies channel, and a lot of that's going on over there right now.
Oh.
Michael would have to leave immediately.
Yeah, that's where the happening is, guys. So yeah, we got 40 votes so far. Are they playing FE? Yes, 57%. No, 22%, and not sure, 20%. That's quite a telling poll, guys. So I'm just gonna say hi to everybody in chat tonight. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you all here. Thank you all for joining. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and share. I think we have to get started with the video as soon as possible because it's a long video. We're obviously not going to do everything, but I think we can just go through, and then if you guys have any specific parts, you let me know, because I haven't watched everything. I watched parts here and there because I just couldn't. It was
the first. I can't remember his called that first baller. His opening statement is horrendous. He kills his own beliefs. And then the other guy, I think he's new to debating, and his opening statement were poor. And then it swapped over to Witsit and that other guy, and the other guy's opening statement, that berserker guy, his opening statement was to just start effing and blinding and calling them retards and stuff like that, which, as much as I'm not a big fan of ballers, like,
the classic rebut. The classic rebut. Yeah, but you retards.
It's not debating though, is it? Like,
no, of course not. Of course not.
Natalie's Vegan Dog says John is just a douchebag, period. Whereas Witsit just lies to feed his newborn. The thing is, he was under Bob's finger, but now Bob's not there anymore, so now he's got to take the reins. So yeah. But yeah, I've heard this Ozien guy debate once. I've heard him once debate, but it wasn't against a very good FE opponent, by the way. And he was debating on radio signals. And the opponent from the flat Earth side was appealing to the ionosphere. You understand? This is why I say I don't know, some of the people that represent FE, you just wonder, are they really FE or are they just really, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Hey, Trinity4, good to see you. He had an awesome stream again, street activism today. But yeah, it's good to see him on the streets. And a nice sunny day. Okay, guys, ready to start?
Absolutely.
I would actually like to debate this Kaz guy, by the way, guys. He's from the atheist. What's it? But he's an atheist, and he's full-blown atheist. I'd love to actually debate him on Christianity someday, actually. I don't think he does debates, though.
People of the internet, welcome to Modern Day Debate. Tonight we are debating the flat earth versus the globe earth, and we are starting right now. So I am Kaz, host of the Atheist Edge. Tonight we are joined by Jon Zherka and Witsit Gets It on the flat earth side, and then they're going to be opposing Ozien and Von Zoom on the globe side.
Zoom.
They're each going to have 6 minutes for their opening statements. I believe that the globe is going first, so Ozien, I believe you are going to be the first one on the globe side. So at your first word, I will start your timer, and the floor is all yours.
If you don't know who I am, I'm just some dude who makes videos on YouTube named Ozien, where I talk about things I love to talk about. I stream Minecraft on Twitch, where I have time, and I even committed heresy by streaming Hogwarts Legacy. I also helped to moderate the Modern Day Debate Discord server that you should all join. I wrote a book called Beyond Faith, which was Amazon's #1 new release in the category of atheism, which only seems to require you to sell.
And that's one thing about this guy. He does for the first minute or two every time he debates. Well, I mean, it's the second time watching, but the first time as well. For like the first 2 minutes, he's just saying how great he is and what he does.
Bigging himself up.
Yeah, instead of just going into the arguments. I mean, that's what you're supposed to usually do in a debate. I mean,
he must be clever. He wrote a book, and it was fast in the Amazon bestseller, not bestsellers, whatever it was. But it was fast, wasn't it? So he must be really good. He must be really clever.
Yeah, he's so good. He has to tell everybody about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you should know that, shouldn't you?
That's humility for you. You know what I mean?
I thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, I think there's a lot of new FE that's come in that don't have the arguments. But the problem is the arguments they're getting from, though, is like very basic entry-level stuff, and they're trying to use that to argue, and then you wonder if they are actually genuine or not. That's the problem. So then they demolish their own arguments, or they concede things too easily, or stuff like that. But I mean, when it comes to these two, yeah.
Like 4 books. Thank you for hosting me again on Modern Day Debate. It's my pleasure to confront and debunk the preposterous flat Earth theory that has been roundly mocked and ridiculed. But I like to take their claims seriously because I know they are just in need of someone who will help them come to the perfect circle of enlightenment.
Can I ask what the hell is in this wall at the back of the Zherka guy? Looks almost like you know what?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the word. It's a bit weird.
That's a joke, people. According to their theory, the Earth is topographically flat rather than a sphere or an oblate spheroid. I intend to demonstrate with irrefutable scientific facts that this claim is utterly false. Let us begin with the principle of gradient pressure, which pertains to the force exerted by a fluid such as air due to...
I wish I was there. Just with this opening statement he's making now, he debunked the globe, not helping it. He's bringing up pressure gradients, guys. And then calling fluid statics. What a moron. Hey, Television, good to see you. Oh, wow. That's insane.
The differences in pressure. As we move higher in the atmosphere, the weight of the air above us decreases, and so does the pressure. This is in direct contradiction to the flat Earth theory, which posits the
No, it
Earth is
doesn't.
some form of flat world inside some container of sorts, and that the pressure at any given point would have to be the same regardless of altitude.
No.
Because liquid and air finds its level or equal pressure evenly distributed in the container, unless there's some other force acting upon it, because these people deny that gravity exists and even refuse to recognize that it is a valid word to explain the observation that things fall down.
It's like this guy's never heard of the word gas behavior before, or dynamic system. Or he doesn't believe that gases have different densities. I don't know how he can strawman and say it's not supposed to happen on flat Earth. This is a problem we see all the time from the globe. They're always saying this is what should happen on a flat Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not things that anybody ever claims on a flat Earth.
Hey, Flatzoid, when you said he mentioned fluids as static, what did you mean?
He says fluid dynamics and static. So, in other words, it means it's not supposed to be moving. It's just supposed to be at static, at rest. So when water finds rest, that's fluid dynamics. It's static. Then it finds level. That means it's horizontal. Now he's trying to false equivocate that with gas. Gas is never at rest, ever. Gas can be equivocated as a fluid because it's got fluid-like motion as a whole, but it is not a fluid, it is not a liquid. Now him false equivocating liquid and fluids together just shows his ignorance to the subject. But then again, he did open with pressure gradients, therefore Earth is a globe. So yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
A false equivalence, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot with gas. They want to make a false equivalence and then expect you to go along with it. Good catch.
Yeah. So that's why I say, if it was me there, I would have held him on that topic probably the whole evening. And yeah, I don't think we would have got any further than that.
However, their argument is flawed since it overlooks the fact that gravity plays a crucial role in the distribution of pressure. Moreover, the flat Earth proponents try to pawn off their ideas to explain the obvious gradient as buoyancy or electrostatics. But these concepts only serve to highlight their ignorance of the laws of physics, and the formulas for buoyancy include the gravitational constant.
And there I would have also told him, listen here, mate, your buoyancy with a G came in 1,900 years after Archimedes' principle, which buoyancy is based upon. It's just got to do with pressure sorry, with pressure, I can't even think of the word. I say it all the time. Pressure dispersion. It's got nothing to do with gravity. They took the pressure dispersion and just called it, you see, gravity. That doesn't mean there is gravity. And gravity is not a force. So even the Archimedes principle today, the buoyancy formula today, is actually outdated because gravity is not a force. I do agree with him when he says electrostatics and stuff. It is based on a bit of ignorance because we definitely do not sit in an electrostatic field or anything that they do claim. So if we were based on electrostatics, if you had to see, we got things that are ferromagnetism, dielectric, and paramagnetism. So you would have things floating because they would be repulsed by the magnetic pole. And we don't see
in the chat.
And we don't see things floating around, so that already debunks that idiocy. So yeah, hey Witsit, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. I feel sorry for you that you were stuck with a Zherka guy, by the way.
He's not exactly saying nice things to you, Flats.
No, Witsit never says nice things to me because he's been shown to
I
be
don't know
wrong.
why. I don't know why.
Yeah, because he defends rubbish things that can't be proven that makes Flat Earth look dumb. That's why. And Witsit, by the way, I don't know if you heard me saying this, but you should have told Zherka to stop being a douche if you were serious. But the fact that's really alarming, you were laughing with him while he was going beyond the line. By the way, he was acting. So, what does that tell about you, mate?
And when we shield equipment for electromagnetism and electrostatics, we don't get lighter, folks. Now, turning to the size and shape of the Earth. The ancient Greek mathematician Eratosthenes deserves a special mention. He was the first person to calculate the circumference of the Earth using basic observations. By measuring the angle of the sun's rays at different locations, he estimated the Earth's size with remarkable.
Yeah, let me just quickly put the gain down a bit. Sorry about that. I did put it up a bit because the people were moaning that they couldn't hear me again. I hope that's a bit better, so it shouldn't be peaking, because I had literally had it at the edge. But it's good to see you, Nathan. Thank you for coming. Yeah. What it gets is I heard what you said at the beginning, buddy. Stop trying to play off nice. You guys are so fake. Nice projection, mate.
I was about to say, come on, Witsit.
I said exactly the
Get a
same
You
grip.
say
thing.
nitwit.
Get a grip, mate.
Nitwit's in the house.
Witsit, the reason you don't come and debate me on electrostatics is because the statement I just made totally throws it in the rubbish bin. You don't see things floating around because they would be repulsed by the opposite pole, mate. That already debunks your whole claim. I was also into electrostatics and ether when I first got into flat Earth, just like everybody else. The difference is I actually became honest and I realized it does not work.
Oh, well,
wait,
fair
I'm
play,
gonna
Paul.
This should be a bit better because I see my children also played around with the audio input. Okay. But yeah, what's it? If you ever want to come and chat about it, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to chat about it.
Accuracy. However, his method was based on the assumption that the Earth is a sphere, which, if it were not the case, would have led to erroneous results, which it didn't, because today, thanks to advanced technology, we can measure the curvature of the Earth with even greater precision. Satellites and GPS technology enable us to determine our exact location on the Earth's surface, and students worldwide have replicated Eratosthenes' experiment to obtain similar results.
Eratosthenes' experiment. Okay, now turn up on the PC. Okay, let's turn up on the PC again. Whoop. There we go. Whoop. Okay. Bit closer again, maybe.
Nathan being remote techie.
Instead of listening to the argument, he's listening to the sound. How dare you, Nathan?
Yeah.
These facts provide tangible evidence that the Earth is indeed a sphere, along with beautiful photos from space. Lastly,
photos from where?
Let us tackle the behavior of light in our atmosphere. According to the flat Earth theory, light.
Oh yeah, Nathan, if you want to see something awesome, watch the stream from last night. We have a guy saying science proves things.
Yeah.
And he showed a actual demonstration that he did, that the shadows on the moon with the sphere don't show what we see in reality. Hi, Gifted. Hi, Godzilla 37. Thank you very much for your 5 memberships. Gifts. Really, really appreciate it, mate. Really, really appreciate it. Needs to be very close. Okay, I hope this is better, Nathan. Is this better, guys? Hey, Gary,
Super.
good to see you, mate.
Does not travel in straight lines, but follows some reverse Sasmus field.
What did he say? Light travels in straight lines. Did I hear that right?
Yep,
I think
right,
you
right.
did. I think you did.
So what about refraction, Ozien? According to your model with terrestrial refraction, that's not actually refraction of light. It has a bendy donkey dick curve tangent, which would be your light ray. Did you ever know that? Whoopsie.
The view, or everyone has some personal suns that follows them around, or some other strange cockamamie belief that they use to explain it away. Their assertion is false.
I accept your acceptance of the sound, Nathan. Thank you very much.
As we can observe light traveling in straight lines in our everyday lives. Like when you go to watch a movie, the light doesn't do a bunch of bendy, curvy nonsense. Now, you have refraction and stuff like that, of course. Moreover, scientists have studied the behavior of light in our atmosphere for centuries and have developed mathematical models that accurately predict its behavior.
Mathematical models. So would that mean that your so-called physical curve is always just based on optical and not physical, and it's a mathematical basis? Weird that. So everything this guy's been giving so far is based on concepts and him showing ignorance to how things actually work, by the way, guys. And also note, maths can lie.
To sum up, the flat Earth theory is a baseless conspiracy theory that runs counter to the principles of science and common sense. Gradient pressure, the measurement of the Earth's size and shape, and the behavior of light in our atmosphere all point to the fact that the Earth is a sphere.
And no science in there. Congratulations for showing you have no idea what science is. He does sound rough. It's weird when I sound better than other people. I'm not used to that.
Arguing otherwise is akin to claiming that the sky is green and the grass is blue, which is to say pure nonsense. Their beliefs is based on their religious beliefs, or they were bamboozled. Which are you? That's it.
Oh, now I see what's in his background there. It looked like something else.
What were it?
All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
what was
Ozien.
it?
And then we will go ahead and move on.
Sorry?
What were it?
It looks like a... I know some of them, they have like... Especially like old houses, they have these... Almost like a built-in... ornament casing kind of thing.
Oh, alcove, an alcove, like an alcove.
Yeah.
It looks like he's got an alcove there. Yeah.
Okay. Ozien struggles in all aspects of life, I'm sure. Well, if he had opening like that, yeah, I wonder if he understands how to tie shoelaces. But that's why I say, if I was in here, this guy's, he didn't have any argument. I mean, everything he just gave would have been demolished within the first 2 minutes. There would have been nothing. So we wouldn't even have needed the Zherka to go like he was going and Witsit to be banging this guy on and laughing with him while they're being very, very rude and disrespectful to the Globies. I mean, leave that to the Globies, because that's usually what they do to us. I mean, we're better than that. Hey, Rob Keane, good to see you, mate.
To Von Zoom for your opening statement, Von. So at your first word, I will start your timer. The floor is all yours.
I agree, Nathan. We should have good streams. And then again, I say thank you, everybody, for your help. Thank you, Paul, that you helped, and Tony helped, and everybody helped. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here with this equipment. I mean, remember when I was in the garage with my rubbish laptop and iPhone? And it was terrible. I mean, even a month ago, it was also terrible. And I had some Fong Kong Chinese Zing Tong mic. By the way, my children are playing around with that mic now. They use it in my child's keyboard. And it works perfectly there.
Wow.
How is it that it works in the keyboard perfect, but I can't get it to work perfect on the sound in the computer? Thank you, Rob Keane. He says, Flatzoid's audio is great today. I'm glad you like it. It was the help of Nathan. Told me where to move it, just to set my gain down a bit. The show has come a long way. I agree.
Can you hear me?
One Zoom is muted.
Hello?
Yep, there you go. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm starting, right? All right,
Yep.
can you hear me
That's
now?
your first word.
So I wanted to thank Modern Day Debate for hosting. This is my very first debate. So I'm very, very grateful. So the idea of flat Earth originates in Bronze Age mythology.
No, that's false. Bronze Age mythology. Did he literally just say that? Bronze Age is not a mythology. Bronze Age is history. Like you get the Stone Age, you get Bronze Age, Iron Age. It's not mythology. What the hell is this guy on? Dude, if that's the opening statement on your first debate, I don't think you're going to do very well.
It's alleged history anyway.
I would have laughed. I would have cracked myself up there. Bronze Age mythology. Wow. Where do they find these guys?
See it in Egyptian mythology, and we see it in certain Mesopotamian
And then I would like to ask him, is the Egyptian Bronze Age?
mythology. And it's always portrayed as a flat disc with a crystal dome or the firmament, and then you have pillars holding it up. Is a common design for it. But that was but that was simply a model for primitive people that didn't have access to flight yet.
Primitive.
And that should
Sorry.
Primitive. You know, them guys who made pyramids.
Yeah, and the weird thing is they can't figure out today how they got the pyramids built, even without
Exactly.
technology, and it's primitive. Wow.
It's very primitive, yeah, right. That's, I mean, and some of them stones you can't get even a razor blade through. You know what I mean? They're so close and perfect. You know what I mean? It's ridiculously pedantic.
Yeah. Yeah, as a Hobbes, I'm not saying he's not respectful, Von Doom. Just his argument, he debunks himself with ignorance, stating Bronze Age mythology. There's, I mean, really. And if people think cosmology, it's not mythology. Cosmology has got nothing to do with mythology, mate. You can base your beliefs with mythology, but that doesn't mean cosmology. Even the Greeks at one stage also believed it to be flat, and then you have the make-believe people like Aristophanes that have no record that they've existed that came around and said it's a globe. You understand? It's because it's a cult that came in a Greek society that was obsessed with balls. If I can put it that way, they were obsessed with spheres. If God can create such perfect shapes like a sphere, therefore the earth has to be a sphere. That's the kind of reasoning they had. That's what the show needs. Jeff, some 80s synth. Retro wave.
be very clear. Like, we can see photos from space. We have been to space. We know how round the Earth is. We have satellites orbiting the Earth.
No, you don't.
It's
Definitely don't.
This is still something I've asked many people to show me. When are we going to get the actual real photos of the so-called satellites orbiting Earth? Can anybody, has anybody managed to get those images for us, photos yet?
No.
Weird. Very weird. But when we do get satellite images, it's a sataloon, a balloon. No real satellites in space, though.
it's 2023, and I don't understand why people are still thinking that we haven't had over 2,000 years of scientific advancement. And it's like,
What scientific advancement? What's he talking about? Science is just a method. You can build technology off of the data you did get from the science, but that doesn't mean it's scientific advancement. Science stays exactly the same.
Yeah.
The working off of the data is what advances.
Yeah, science doesn't develop with technology. Science is like you say, the method.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2,000 years ago, the guy who thought boats were going over the horizon with his eyes. In 2023, we've got P1000s and stuff, you know.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, orbit does beg the question, Nathan. Exactly. But like I said, they're still on their opening statements. This is like just insane. The level of, how can I put it? The level of brilliancy the globe is bringing for us, guys. I mean, this should have been a hit and run kind of debate with Witsit and Zherka. They could have closed this in the bag straight away. Instead, what did they do? Let's show how we can embarrass FE. That's why I say, is this some kind of joke, or are they just acting like flat earthers? Because to me, it does seem that way.
it's been ignored, and it's... But going back, it's simply, for me, flat earth is originally was used to explain something nobody understood, which was, how big the earth was, mostly that question, or where people were on the earth.
No, you first have to beg the question what the earth is, and then you make a decision, oh, I believe the earth is this size. Definitely not science or measurement. It's calculations based on you begging the question of your belief.
And then it always ended up looking like a map on a table almost. I mean, if you have the flat thing on 4 pillars, it's like a map on a table. And it's always like that. Because that was as much access to anything as they had. They couldn't fly.
Did he just say that?
Yeah.
I love how he just knows what they believed and why they believed it. So this guy is some kind of psychic, guys. He
What
just
about
knew.
all this for a flight? Like,
It's crazy. I mean, does this guy literally think that people were just dumb because it was at a time that didn't have the same technology?
He's just making stuff up, man. He's making stuff up.
Exactly. He's just making stuff up. But hey, it is his first debate ever, so we'll take it a bit easy on him.
Think that some of them can climb mountains, but not really. But to believe in flat Earth now, with all of the scientific advancement, with all the knowledge we have.
Like what? What scientific advancement? What scientific evidence do we have for the globe? Heck, we can't even get a hypothesis for gravity, for Pete's sake. When I ask anti-flat earthers for the scientific hypothesis for gravity, they say the distance. And I say, but that's not gravity, that's distance. Give me your IV. Oh, it's the distance. No, but you're looking for gravity. You say the cause is gravity. No, distance causes gravity, but you just said you observed distance. This is how idiotic these people are. They don't even know what they are fighting for. They don't know what the observation even is for gravity. So they don't have science.
Proving the effect of an effect or attempting to.
Exactly. Like the other guy the other day that he says, I put a pot of water on a stove and the longer I wait, it causes it to boil.
Yeah,
it's like, what?
That's right. I couldn't believe he was saying it that night.
Oh wow!
He knew he just couldn't back down from what he was saying. He knew that it was heat that causes the boiling.
Yeah.
Surely he couldn't
know.
not know. He couldn't not know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, if you don't have heat energy, how are you going to boil the water? You can wait for eternity, and I'm still going to make a spoof video of that.
Yeah, the saying is, a watch kettle never boils. Not a watch kettle always boils.
He says cause of gravity. He says, how about motion? The cause of motion, if I understand what you correctly, is a force. So you can force something to have motion. Without the force, there's no motion. Okay, F equals ma. The cause of gravity, there is no gravity. What you talking about? Things go up. And according to gravity, it's just a effect in a fourth dimensional concept. It's not even real. It's an effect. The ground is supposedly moving up towards the object as the object is having zero net g as it appears to be falling towards the ground. Hey Tony, what good to see you, mate. Glad you could make it.
Flatzoid. Flatzoid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the fact that the modern Einsteinian gravity is not a force, is that kind of like a debunk of F equals ma?
That's the thing. That's what I always bring up. I said either they have to say F equals ma is mute, or they have to say general relativity is real. You can't have it one way or the other. Because as soon as they're claiming general relativity, F equals ma doesn't exist. Because that's what their whole gravity physics is based upon. You require force from mass to accelerate. And according to general relativity, there's no mechanism which causes the acceleration. It's only an effect that gives the effect observed that it accelerates. So therefore, it's not a real force. So F equals ma can't exist in general relativity.
It's almost like, faith in religion almost. But at the same time, it's completely falsifiable, and it has been. And flat Earth.
Okay, Terry Windsor is back at it again. This is the guy that was talking about with the pot and water. He says, I'm waiting for your definition of experimental variable and the citation that supports you. What is he talking about? The definition. IV, independent variable. That is the cause for your DV, the dependent variable, the effect you observed. The CV is the control variables that you hold constant so you can keep it in a controlled environment. Not hard to understand, mate. And you can literally get thousands upon thousands of citation about that. Heck, go to a primary school, they'll tell you that's correct, mate. This is embarrassing. This is the guy that thinks if you have water on the pot on the stove, the longer you wait, it will boil. Time causes the water to boil, apparently, to him.
That's just stupid.
Yeah. This is the level of Dunning-Kruger I have to deal with.
Like, it goes beyond science denial and it starts to...
Exactly, DJ. General relativity is hijacked of perspective, but everything on the globe is a hijack. There's nothing that exists for the globe that hasn't been hijacked. Their curve is all optical. Their so-called gravity is all optical. Everything is based on physics that they hijacked and just called it gravity. Now, as soon as they say, oh, why aren't you guys scrutinizing it? As soon as we do, then what do? Are you making up your own physics? But the difference is our physics that they say we are making up is observed, it's scientifically validated, and demonstrated time and time again. What do we get from them? Oh no, we find a loophole here, so we're going to change this just to, try and figure out how to get this to work with that, and just stick in some dark matter there, or quantum foam here, that kind of thing. He says, if different pots are on the stove, different times, then have you kept the time the same or have you varied it? You see what I'm saying? This guy is a waste of time. Yeah. The duration of time is a control, Terry. Time is just a concept. You know why time cannot be an IV? Because it's not physical. If
you can't manipulate it. You can't manipulate it.
Yeah, you can't manipulate time. It can't cause anything. I mean, if you had to go and put, let's say I do a so-called experiment with using time, you could say, in 1980. And I did it at 1 o'clock on a Saturday, the 31st of April, whatever. How is someone going to replicate it on exactly the same year, same time, same day? They can't. Because time is only a concept. It's a reference given on a timeline, so you are able to have a control to know when you do something. Like you boil an egg. Some people prefer boiling it 10 minutes, so they say, oh, that's my control. Some people prefer to boil 7 minutes, so that's their control. Was it the time that caused it to boil, or was it the heat energy that caused it to boil? The time, duration, was just a control. This guy's a moron.
Become reality denial. And I can see the rest of my time.
You caught that, Legion? 31st of April. Major Metro Wombat.
All right. Okay, then we will go ahead and kick it back over to the...
Oh, that's interesting. Godzilla says Modern Day Debates ran a poll last night. Is it flat, globe? I don't know. I'm sorry, soy. I'm a soy boy. Flat 55%, globe 35%, 600 plus views. For the first time I've ever seen FE win the poll at MDB. That's brilliant. Wow. Shows you getting somewhere.
Flat Earth side, and I believe that John is going to go first. So, John, at your first word, I will restart the timer. John, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, hey, Vaughn Zoom, and what up, everyone in the audience and Modern Day Debate. And where's the guy with the subway tattoo?
I just got to say, what is with this guy's voice?
But if you don't like listening to bad language, turn mute on.
Yeah, guys, if you get any children, I suggest sticking those earmuffs on or getting them out the room with this guy. It's not worth it.
Is he not here today?
That's James. No, he's not here today.
I love you, James. If you're watching this, I love you. And what up, Witsit? What up, Ozien? Okay, I'll just start with Vaughn Zoom. Vaughn Zoom is with the glasses, right? Okay.
Yes.
It kind of says it on screen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Even the way he's conducting himself, it's not... I don't know. It seems very acting-like to me. Like he's on edge.
You said flat Earth is a primitive thing, and then now we have airplanes and stuff. Are you aware that an airplane its AI system for emergency landings, its autopilot system does not use your Game Mercator map or any other map. It uses our equidistant, flat Earth, geocentric map. You're saying, oh, it's primitive. It's a primitive thing. Now we have airplanes. Airplanes use flat Earth maps for emergency landings, you fucking retard.
First of all, they use the grid system. They don't use maps, Zherka. So you are the one showing ignorance here. Second of all, the thing he started by calling this guy a retard for absolutely no reason already shows this guy knows he has nothing. As I said, look how he started off, guys, and this is supposed to be guys representing Flat Earth. Come on. Did he give him a reason to call him a retard?
No, not at all.
But I thought he was doing an opening. Now he's rebutting his opening or something. So that's not. Kaz should have actually stopped him here and said, "Please don't use that language." I mean, when I just made a statement with my debate, remember, like trying to show them, explain how it would be demonstrable, you would feel a slap. Everyone was on my back. Oh, you.
That's right.
You triggered. You want to hit the guy. It's like, no, I never said I'm going to hit the guy. I'm just literally giving him a demonstration on what you would feel, the difference between feeling something and not. Now this guy calls him a total effing retard, and they say nothing.
Because Owl Sam reckons he throws up some Masonic ham signals, so we have to watch out for that.
Echo.
But look here.
Yeah, what's happening there?
But look at what's its face. As I'm saying, look here. He's smiling while he just said that. What the hell? 80 people watching, really? Well, it's good to see you all here. Thank you for coming. If you haven't already, hit that like button and share the show, as it does help to get a wider audience. Oh, and guys, I am streaming on Twitch as well. So if you have Twitch, do follow.
That's the ice wall map that you guys make fun of. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
What do you think? Are they just doing it to troll the pilots?
No, topographical maps are have a different use.
Why would they use a map with a fucking ice wall?
I'm very confused here. They had their openings. He's supposed to be having an opening now. The time is on. Why is he talking to him? That's not how it goes. Kaz is supposed to stop and say, listen here, it's your opening, not open dialogue. Or did I miss something?
No. He's going to, in a few moments, the moderator is going to let him know, but so far he's just acting a fool.
Well, okay.
Why would they use a map with a fucking ice
take
wall?
video of them in outer space over a spherical Earth?
No. Answer the plain thing before we go to your CGI.
Okay, hold on, John.
Why are they
this is your
using
opening
an ice
statement
wall
time,
map?
John. This is your opening statement time. So we don't want to have him trying to take over the time from you. So I want you to just go ahead and
say
what
I
you
can't
want
ask
to
him
say
a question.
without
He made some retarded statements. I can't debunk his retard shit.
That's what the open discussion time is for. So why don't you just go ahead and say that's the open discussion. Just say whatever you want to say about whatever they said, and let them respond to it later.
You want me to do? Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is idiotic. This guy is. He doesn't know what an opening statement means.
Is he clueless about this? How this goes?
That's what I'm saying. Why do you think I'm saying it? Is he acting or something? There's something not kosher about this guy.
Wait while he's throwing 666s up.
Yeah, we'll have to watch out for that, man. Why is everything echoing?
I don't know.
Not by me. Sounds perfect by me, though.
Hello. No, it's echoing again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, I'm going to go out and come back in. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, shot, mate.
Okay, all right. Well, my name's Jon Zherka. I guess I'm on Team Flat. And
I guess I'm on Team Flat. That says it all, guys. That's all we need to know. I guess I'm on Team Flat. Red flag.
And the stuff I heard earlier was like it's a religious thing. It's not. We have scientific method. We have curvature calculations. We have the real science. You guys rely on the dumbest mathematical gravity models that you can't even repeat this science in nature in a lab. Like, you're not going to get water to stick to a ball ever. The only time it's stuck to a ball is in the ISS, the International Space Station.
See there again.
Why
What
would
is wrong-
we have?
Yeah.
Why would we have curvature calculation when there is no curve?
Exactly. First of all, we don't have curvature calculation. That's the globe. Second of all, it's idiotic to still say water sticks to the outside of the ball because that was just us making jokes of them. Because remember, the argument is mass attracts mass. Earth is a bigger mass than that ball you're holding in your hand. So obviously the water will not stick to it even on their model. So that's him already showing his idioticness. And then he already gives them everything up in the ISS, in space. You understand? This guy's useless. Sorry guys, I denounce Zherka as a flat earther. Yeah, sounds like Logan Paul when he first said, I guess I'm kind of coming out. That's exactly my point. Kind of big red flags for this guy, guys. Now, why do you think my statement is this a joke?
But they've already been leaked that they're using chroma key screens, blue screens, and gray screens, the green screens to make the water congeal. Like, this has all been.
You just had to say augmentation, mate. That's all you had to say. What do you guys have to say about this? I mean, at least we're getting now where he's not really swearing. That's why I'm trying to stay in this as much as possible before he does start all the swearing.
He comes off as a guy with a gift of gab, and he's kind of Forrest Gumped his way this far.
Just keep running.
Right?
Just keep swearing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Debunked with Eric Dubay and everyone. Flat Earth is the most researched topic in Google history, not the disc flying through space retard shit, the firmament shit. Every ancient cosmology was a geocentric flat Earth cosmology, and this fucking idiot earlier, was it Ozien? Ozien, I don't know if you're having like a mental breakdown, but you said some retarded shit. You said something like, it's only an ancient thing. What are you talking about? Look at 1400. Look in as late as the 1400s. Look at those kind of maps. Another thing, your retard globalist model, your globe model was started by.
Yeah, YouTube. I don't even know what to say anymore after 8 years of it. Yeah, because we've repeated ourselves so much times.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The Jesuit.
One thing I have to give this guy at least, he doesn't just go on a word salad rant like Witsit. Although it is still word salad, but he doesn't try and sound intelligent. He is just not intelligent. There's a difference.
The Catholic Church. We can easily say yours is religious, you fucking idiot. It was started by some fucking Jesuits, and let me tell you something,
oh,
right?
Here comes the ball out.
Wow.
Wow. I was so close to be buying a toy ball today, guys, with grid lines on, just for Craig. I was very close. But then I thought, I don't want to support them. Why do I want to support the government to support this globe toys? Nah.
No, why
why
would you want to do that?
Yeah, I don't want to own a globe.
At 60,000 feet in altitude, you should be able to see in the horizon, which comes from the word horizontal, idiot. You should be able to see curvature. It's
No, false. According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, even at 122,000 feet, you shouldn't see anything 2 millimeters above this beach ball. And then, yeah, he's taking you to curve because you would be expecting them to see curve. This is exactly what this guy did. You're not supposed to say what height you're supposed to see curve. You're supposed to say there is no curve to see at any height. That's what should be the answer. But why is he rebutting them when he's supposed to be giving an open statement?
just so big. You can't see it. No, it's not that big, you fucking idiot. We fly around it at 60,000 feet in altitude. You should be able to see curvature. Weather balloons double the height and go to 120,000 fucking feet in altitude and measure a motionless plane. Like Einstein said, the Earth is an observable, motionless plane. Like Tesla said, the Earth is not a sphere, it's a realm. You guys are retards listening to Freemasons. Another thing,
I'm sorry, but this is like cringe. I'm sorry to say this, but yeah, this guy can't be a flat earther.
No, he's just ranting. He's not debating.
I wish I could agree with you, but my experience is, well, personal experience has told me that there's people who don't have a lot of self-control on all sides of the fence. So there are things that he's doing that doesn't convince me, but there's a whole heap of possibility that he's still an idiot who's also a flat earther.
Could be, yeah. Then we can put it that way. He's just a very bad representative of flat Earth. That sound better to you?
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, you can never just rule it out. Maybe he does believe what he says. He's just retarded himself.
If I put out, who's the fucking idiot who talked about sticks in the ground? Eratosthenes. Raise your hand. Which one of you idiots are? You mean 2 sticks on the ground is how you're gonna figure out this fucking big problem, the most Googled problem on Earth, but not a fucking GoPro on a weather balloon? Are you fucking stupid? You'd rather look at some fucking stick, 2 dildos on the ground than put up.
Why is Kaz not stopping him? He's supposed to be moderator. He's supposed to say, listen, yeah, just, tone down your profanity a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has got verbal diarrhea. Wow. It's crazy.
A fucking camera on a weather balloon yourself like 1,000 flat earthers already did? Give me a break. Okay, you guys already lost. Go ahead, Witsit.
Nice.
Nice. That's not nice, Witsit. You see what I'm saying? Witsit should have just told him, I don't think that's how we're supposed to be talking. I mean, if I was there and this guy was telling my opponent was like, I said, hey, please chill a bit, mate. It's not how we go on.
All right.
High DPS.
I'm gonna share my screen real fast. That's cool.
Go ahead. Yes.
All right. Bet. All right. So the question that we're gonna start with is the Earth moving? People actually believe that this is going on here. I mean, it's 2023.
Careful, Witsit. Careful. These 2 believe that.
And he's talking over Witsit as well. I mean, what the hell? Yeah.
That's real. That's not they believe that's literally real, like the Mars rover that sends magical space Wi-Fi photos from 100 million miles away. But these guys lose connection when they bring their dildos in the mountains when they go camping because it's done.
Look how lost. He's like, what the hell's with this guy? Talking about dildos and... Oh, really?
That's good for the debate, isn't it?
Wow. And Witsit is smiling as if this is a good thing. Witsit, if you get it, this is embarrassing towards you, mate. Embarrassing. This isn't supposed to be something to be smiled about. You're supposed to be embarrassed about this performance. You should have corrected the guys. Yeah. You should have corrected this guy.
Just makes it like a joke, like.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it's saying? Is this some kind of joke? Because at the moment, it seems like you guys are taking this as a joke.
Through a grid system,
radio waves are a
isolation
thing.
towers.
Okay.
All right, wait. All right.
What's your power? It is time.
Cook them, bro. Don't go easy on them. They've been fucking sitting on us. They've been talking shit for so
John,
long.
I'm gonna put you on mute, okay, John? Because I'm gonna let your partner have a chance to speak.
I got you.
Okay, baby.
So
and he calls the moderator baby. Wow. The disrespect from this guy.
Yeah, it's 2023. We don't have any videos of from space with stars or them showing us eclipses from the outside or anything. But you guys are like talking about, look at this picture that didn't change for 3 days. That looks like a 5-year-old made it with Nintendo. But anyway, is the Earth moving? So you have Michelson Morley, right? And they shoot the rays on the right. What should have happened when the perpendicular light rays were combined? It should have been a longer path because it was moving against the motion of the Earth. It didn't do that. It moved exactly the same. This is where all of physics changed, and they just made up a new dimension, changed all of physics, changed everything. Said it just appears like we're stationary. Here's Einstein. I don't have a lot of time, so this isn't cherry picking. The whole quote's right there. But he says, since then, I've come to believe the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment. And then he also says that to the question whether or not the motion of the Earth in space can be made perceptible in any terrestrial experiment, which means any experiment on the Earth, All attempts to do this were negative, meaning that you can't measure the motion of the Earth around the sun from the Earth. He changed all of physics to say it's impossible, and everything just tricks us into thinking that the Earth is stationary and in the center. Here's Einstein saying, but when I was a student, I saw that experiment of this kind already been made, in particular by your compatriot Michelson. He proved that one does not notice anything on Earth that it moves, but that everything takes place on Earth as if the Earth is in a state of rest. That's what you believe, is that it's just a coincidence and it's like it's stationary.
That I agree with him, because that is what Einstein
that wasn't
said.
an experiment what they did.
Yeah, it was an experiment. Yeah, exactly. It was a demonstration. They were trying to figure something out. It wasn't a cause for an effect. Because what did they manipulate? What IV did they manipulate? What's it? So how can you call it an experiment? But you see, this is what they're coming up with. This is now the ether, guys.
Witsit knows this.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a dummy. He's been over it.
Yeah.
What's causing echo?
That's good to see you, Neil.
Flatzoid, what's causing echo?
I don't have any
Yeah,
echo
there's
by me, though.
Yeah, I've got it as well. I thought it was me, but it's not. Every time I go out and come back in, it's echoing.
Guys in YouTube, do you hear any echo? Because I can't seem to hear any echo, though.
It's only
That's where
when we
this whole,
talk in
like,
Element. I
gravity
can't,
and
there's no
nonsense
there's
about
no
you need
echo
a fourth.
coming from YouTube, like the video or anything.
Okay.
It's getting bad. I can't even hear myself talk because I'm doubling up.
You know what? Maybe I should stop sharing quickly in the element. How's that sound? Okay, they're gonna share it again.
Okay.
Let's do this. Maybe this.
It's
will
not
work.
echo. It's not echo. It's not echoing now.
You weren't
Yes.
sharing your sound, were you, with your screen share?
Yeah, I have to share the sound, otherwise guys can't hear.
Right. Let's hear it. Right. It's not echoing now.
Okay,
No.
let's try.
There's something called a downward electric current on the Earth. It's measurable. It's provable. So we have positive energy increasing above. It then goes down to the ground to seek equilibrium. This is, of course, from a Richard Feynman lecture right here explaining it. It's a grounded metal plate. Will have the same surface charge as the Earth. The plate's covered with the ground conductor will have no surface charge. In the Next Level movie, actually, it's Level With Me. Check it out, levelwithmefilm.com. We actually did the experiment to show you can make things go up and down, manipulating electrostatics.
And this is when I'm going to ask you, Witsit. Do you know there's things that are paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, and diamagnetic? Do you know one repulses, one attracts? So if we have a repulsive piece of object sitting on Earth, why is it not floating in the midair? What's it? Yeah. Maybe think of that a bit.
Did someone
mate.
say insulator?
Yeah. But I mean, this is what Witsit doesn't get. Yes, you pick up those volts because we have a magnetic field around Earth. That's a given. The difference is that it's not the cause for things going down or up. It's not the ether. It's a subsidiary force attributed in our reality. But it doesn't give the direction up or down. It's got nothing
What
to do
downward
with it.
bias is he talking about?
Exactly.
Flatzoid?
Exactly. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, we actually joked. What if Newton? What if there was such a thing as helium balloons invented the day of Newton, and he sat there at a kid's party and he saw a helium balloon going up? Would he then say gravity pushes things away from Earth instead of pulls it down?
Exactly. What about if that water was if the tree was submerged in water
And the apple
and
fell
the
in
apple
water.
comes loose?
Yeah.
It's
What if
gonna float.
Yeah. What if it was sitting next to a river or something, or a dam, and the apple fell into the water and started floating on the water? Oh no! Gravity's not pulling it down. But that's why
What
we
if
say
Newton never feigned a hypothesis?
exactly. He didn't want to be ascribed to the nonsense because it had no mechanism to it. C.V. Boyles came on 100 years after him and put it onto his name. Damn you people! Why are you always giving stuff to being? He says I'm being a clown, guys. By the way, Witsit, we can all see your Skype messages pop up. I'm not being a clown. I'm literally debunking your assertion, Major. Tell me, do you know what the difference is between paramagnetism, ferromagnetism, and diamagnetism is, Witsit? If you did, you would know why you shouldn't be pushing this idiocy. Like I said, I was also with the same argument when I first got into Flat Earth. It doesn't exist. The ether is a globe religious belief. Even Einstein pushed the ether. Witsit. So why are you pushing the globe ether if you are a flat earther?
I thought I heard the escape beep then. I'm mute escape, so I heard it and I thought it was me, but it came
That was
through.
him. He brought
came
up a
through this,
message. He brought a message that popped up and said, "Why are you being such a clown?" That's a great rebuttal, by the way. He says, "You're a clown, dude. All of your dumbass response is so remedial." That's not
He
a
knows
rebuttal.
better than this. He knows better than this. You know what I mean? He knows a lot better.
You can come
Exactly.
in now,
First
Austin.
of all, hold on. Let me say something to Witsit. Hey, Shitsit, you've been debunked. Chewy ripped you through the, dragged you by your short hairs. We went over this. And you have some definitions to come up with, like electric electrifa, right? You got to define all these words. You think because you talk fast, you're intelligent? Come on.
I don't have you hidden in my chat, Austin. We are in Element. Let me get the message for Element for him quickly. Oh, wow. So, guys, we're going to have the awesome Witsit coming in. Let me quickly get the...
He's just going to derail. He's going to try and derail your show.
No, but I want him
You'll
to...
be all right.
Yeah, I just want him to quickly give me the differences between paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, and diamagnetic for me. And then he has to go and show me how it's going to work in his model. That's all I need. I don't even need any more.
He's going to bring up the double slit. He's going to bring up the double slit.
I don't have you hidden in my chat, Austin.
Light.
We are in Element. Yeah, sorry, that was Let me get the message for Element for him quickly. Oh. Just trying to get the link quickly.
Yeah, he's going to bring up. He's going to bring up the double slit, photons. Light's not a wave. Light is a wave. Whatever way he's going this week, who knows?
Element. There we go. Copy. There's the link, mate. Sent to you. Okay. While we're waiting for Witsit, let's go on with the video.
Gravity's a fairy tale. Here's the downward electric current going down to the surface of the Earth. So if you deny this, you deny basic, measurable, empirical evidence that can be done by going out in the Earth and measuring that there's a measurable downward electric current on the Earth.
Downward electrical current. Has he realized the volts get less lower to the ground? Does he realize that?
Oh, well, let's not talk about that. All right. Also,
yeah, let's not talk about that. Why would we want to talk about that?
You don't need gravity for anything to do with the Earth. You can solve for downward acceleration using a kinematic equation. It has nothing to do with gravity or the idea that mass attracts mass, which is not even what your belief system is anymore. So you don't need it at all. All you need is the height of the ball or whatever is falling. Then you need downward acceleration, what you're solving for, the time and the initial velocity. And this kinematic equation can solve for little a or little g, quote unquote, which is downward acceleration.
What downward acceleration, mate? The reason things accelerate is because they start at zero. When you pick something up, it doesn't start at terminal velocity, hence why it has to accelerate. What is the so-called downward bias he's talking about?
I don't know, but there's a lot of clouds above me right now.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And
how does the cycles go? Right.
Yeah, but also
they go up first, right? Before water comes down, it goes up first, right?
And how much? Why do we see when? I mean, you've guys seen when a cloud gets low or something. You're driving through fog and stuff. Why is these electrostatics not moving the cloud back to where it's supposed to be? Why is it coming lower? Or why is it going higher? It just decides where it wants to be, correct? Totally going against his theory that electrostatics can place the cloud where it wants to be.
On the Earth, for all engineering, anything you use gravity for can be solved completely without the idea of gravity. You'll never get a rebuttal. All right, microwaves are not significantly affected by diffraction nor refraction. So if you look at this bottom picture right here, we have microwaves going out and it gets blocked by the hill. So if we send a radio wave out, they say it diffracts and then it'll fill in the gap behind it so it can go over the obstruction, right? And they make...
Yeah, but that's it, Raichi. He makes it as it's a backed up claim, but there is no backed up claim for it. The mere fact he doesn't get the difference between paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, and diamagnetic debunks his claim. Just those three words alone. They have different properties to them. We would see things floating around. We do not see that because it has an opposite attraction and detraction compared to what he's saying. because he's saying we have like lived with under a Gaussian plate or something. It's nonsense. We don't live in a battery.
Up how far that can go anyway. Microwaves cannot do this. Microwaves do not diffract or refract like that. So if you shoot a microwave horizontally straight at a hill, it's going to get blocked by the hill because the diffraction refraction is significantly different. Well, if we look at the curvature of the Earth is supposedly going to block these horizontal microwave transmissions, right? So say we're a 100-foot tall tower. It should be at 200 distant mile. We should have 23,400.
No, I didn't deny kinematic equation, Austin. He's already representing in here. He wasn't even in here. How's that, guys? So, when you coming in, Witsit? I did send you the link for Ellemnet. Come in. Then you can tell me the difference between paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, and diamagnetic. And then you can tell me how that fits in with your electrostatics nonsense.
195 feet of curvature blocking the obstruction or obstructing the actual target, right? And then it should only go 12 miles. If we're 300 feet up, then it should only go 21 miles. Unfortunately, the ACE, which is the Allied Command Europe High Band, was a NATO communication system implemented during the Cold War, where they're shooting 50 to 250 miles with microwave transmission.
There is no so-called downward bias, Austin. You see, this is why we say he's a joke. The idiot is rather misrepresenting what people say instead of coming in after he sent a link to come in and chat.
And he's still talking about the horizon like it's Earth curve.
Yeah, exactly.
That's been debunked by the Black Swan, Austin.
Yeah. And the mere fact that we have radio signal horizons is not because of Earth curve and stuff or how it propagates. What's it? It's got to do with the angle. I don't care about if you're on Globusters. You're busy messaging me now, so either you grow a pair and come on, or you stop bothering me with misrepresenting nonsense. How's that sound? We all know what happens when I go on Globusters. You guys are just a clown show.
Microwave transmissions. And again, you can't just cop out by saying refraction and diffraction. It doesn't work like that. So you guys don't know the answer. I can play games with you all night and let you pretend you do, but we're going to cut to the chase and tell you what your religion is. Your religion is that it's just magically starts to go out horizontally and there's a magic area in the atmosphere. Not the ionosphere, mind you. This is like just a couple miles.
What ionosphere? Why is he talking about the ionosphere? The ionosphere was created for the globe because they needed just a story on why it traveled so far. You're not supposed to even bring it up if you're a flat earther. If you say ionosphere, you are begging the question that it's a sphere. The ionosphere is around a sphere, Witsit.
Up where it just hits water in the atmos, then reflects right back down to where it's supposed to go. So if I shoot a microwave directly out horizontally, it'll go 250 miles and just coincidentally land exactly where it's supposed to because there's magic reflection in the atmosphere. So, and that wouldn't work consistently. This, if you read into the documentation that was recently declassified from this program, it consistently works. You can send these microwaves out.
Sorry?
I was wondering who was making that argument.
He is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is he bringing it up? He's supposed to be for flat Earth, and what he's doing now is trying to make globe Earth arguments. Bringing up curve calculators and ionospheres is not flat Earth. Peaceful Warrior, £2 super chat. Thank you very much for salute to you too, mate. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate you being here, mate. Yeah. Austin, you are showing like you only came into flat Earth today, mate, with your arguments. And yes, you are pushing globe when you push the ether, because the ether is a globe-made belief, not flat Earth. I don't know how am I going to get this through to you. Einstein believed the ether to exist, hence why you keep using his statement so you can carry on pushing the ether. It's got to be because the propagation for all his space-time to work. Think about it. Stop pushing globe physics and calling it flat Earth. It's just disingenuous. Hey, Peaceful Warrior, thank you for coming, mate.
Over and over and over, and it works every single time as if it was horizontal. So I would love to hear you guys explain that.
Also, one thing. If he's in Glowbusters, then why the hell does he keep on commenting on my video? Doesn't make sense, does it?
So I don't have much more time, so we'll just cover this. We all were talking about planes. If I have a plane and the starting destination...
I'm sorry if you're hitting my YouTube channel, mate. That's sad, because I'm hidden on every Glowbusters channel as well. Can't take it. Ah, that's a shame. But you do have my link to come in Element, so you can come in Element. I did send it to you.
Is this little blue circle.
And by the way, your messages are popping out on screen for everybody to see, so they can see I'm actually talking to you. Is this very mature from Witsit or what, guys?
Yeah, you'd think you just come in. I mean, if he's trying to make a point, just come in and make it, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've been asking him this for quite a while, just to tell me the difference between paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, and diamagnetic, and he just cannot do it. Why? Because it debunks them.
Can't comment.
Yeah,
We've had this.
Yeah.
We've had this. He's been on FED and showed his son up, lied, waffled, you know. Why tolerate it again from him?
So yeah. Yeah, Witsit and Jaren, is science prove the ether? Television asked. Does science prove the ether, Witsit? This should be interesting.
Here, and then I'm going to fly out to the red circle.
In the room it's going to affect my my poll results, like what I vote for.
What did you vote for, by the way?
He's a fraud. He's a liar.
Wow.
He's a nitwit.
You see, because in the beginning I gave Witsit the benefit of the doubt. I mean, everybody knows I was defending him. But then he started really carrying on with this idiocy, and then I said, oh no. Why do you think I don't bother with Glowbusters anymore, guys? Because of this politics from these guys. If he's so honest, he would come on here and we would discuss and he'd give me the answer, and he would say, yeah, I concede. Things would be floating in the sky, so therefore what I'm pushing is bullshit. But he can't do that. Why? Because he needs to push his globe Etherian belief on flat Earth. It's nonsense.
Oh, can you see my mouse? Yeah, here we go. The red circle right here is the destination. In real life, what we do is we put the heading on the city and fly straight to it. We fly like the Earth is flat and stationary. That's how we fly planes, okay? We fly straight to the location that we're heading to with our heading on that city the whole time. The globe says, however, that the Earth is spinning and that the atmosphere is not completely connected to the Earth, which means to actually...
Why is he making that shit up? The globe says the atmosphere is velcroed to it. What's it? Isn't that what they claim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, correct. They claim that the Earth and the atmosphere move as one.
Exactly.
Personally, from my experience, I think they double speak. I think there's a set of them that aren't invested in this flat Earth argument. Those sort of people are more likely going to say, like Foucault did, that there's two reference frames. But then there's the anti-flat earthers who will do anything to just oppose those who hold the flat earth. And they'll say, oh, actually, it's all one thing, and it all flows together. Like the so-called atmosphere is stuck to the globe.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's been the argument since I came on the scene, and even Neil deGrasse Tyson claims Earth and atmosphere move as one.
Yeah, and I mean, I even made a video where he says, what happens if Earth had to stop spinning? Then he says the atmosphere will carry on moving because of conservation of momentum. So yeah, it had to be velcroed to the Earth for that to happen in the first instance.
Correct.
The sad thing is they do ignore things like wind that go opposite directions, and yeah. And we've never
exactly, if Earth and atmosphere are moving as one, then there's no Coriolis. Where's the drift?
Yeah, there's no drift, there's no wind, there's no storms, yet we see those things. They contradict themselves without realizing it.
I think he's a math nerd, and he's happy to reify as long as it's purely mathematical.
Mm-hmm.
Math. He wants to project math as reality. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, we can probably say with all certainty, see, Witsit is going to make a stream about this because he has to save face. But all he had to do was be a man and come in and explain the differences between ferromagnetism, paramagnetism, and diamagnetism, and explain how they work in his electrostatic ether bullshit narrative that he pushes. Because the problem is, Witsit, and I'm saying this straight to you guys from Globusters, you are getting young, fresh minds into Flat Earth believing this nonsense, and they are pushing it to other people as well. And it's embarrassing because it is idiotic. It's globe-based. Get with it, man. Grow a pair. Just admit it. Let your ego go. You were wrong.
Take the shortest path, which is a geodesic, a curve on a globe, then you're actually going to have to slowly update the entire time that you get to the city if you're keeping it in your heading. If you just keep it in your heading and keep going, you're going to be updating. The significantly shorter path, and therefore much faster path, would be to cut it off and lead it. This would cost airplanes or airliners billions of dollars. They don't do this. This also debunks the globe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Witsit. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start moving into the open discussion. But before we do that, I just want to let everybody know, especially if it's your first time joining us here on Modern Day Debate, that we are a neutral platform hosting debates on science, religion, and politics. And we want you to feel welcome no matter.
I can't believe we're already half an hour left of the show, and we just got through the opening statements now. Hectic. We might need to do a part 2. But it's good to see everybody here. Thank you for coming. What are your guys' thoughts on so far?
Sorry, I was something came through my phone.
Besides Witsit being a freaking idiot?
Well,
It's a madhouse.
it's crazy because I thought he knew better, to be honest. At one point I would have listened to anything Witsit said, but with this thing, nah, I don't get it. I don't get why he believes it.
I mean, it's very simple. Some things are attracted by magnetism, some things are repulsed, and some things hardly have any effect. So therefore, if his magnetic field is only pushing one way, things are supposed to be floating in midair right now. We do not see that. I mean, things are supposed to be just, I mean, you wearing different objects on your arm is supposed to start pulling you in one direction. It's really idiotic. There's no such thing as a downward bias. It doesn't exist. We have acceleration downwards because the medium cannot support it. It accelerates because it doesn't start at terminal velocity. It's not rocket science. You pick something up, it needs to sink if the thing supposed to support it cannot support it. Hence why even the gravity, by changing the medium, changes the outcome. Even gravity is based on this. It's idiotic. That's all I can say about it. So you guys want to go to some rebuttals here to see what they say?
Why not?
Let's do this.
Why not?
No matter what walk of life you're from. And if you have a question or a comment from one of tonight's debaters, attack the argument, not the person. Our guests are...
Attack the argument, not the person. Zherka. Yeah.
Linked in the description below, whether you're listening on YouTube or via one of the many podcast platforms that we are on. So you can listen to MDD there and click their links if you like what you are hearing, and hit the subscribe button because we have plenty more debates coming your way that you don't want to miss, including tomorrow night. I believe Ozien is going to be coming back to debate Nathan Thompson about the moon landing. That's going to be at 8 p.m.
Okay, so 125 votes. Are they playing FE? Yes, 49%. No, 22%. Not sure, 29%. Not how I was expecting the poll to go, so very interesting.
Eastern, so you don't want to miss that. Hit the...
Yes, acceleration requires a force. JCW, I agree. The fact that gravity is not a force means it's cancelled out. There is no force of gravity. Congratulations. Now, for relative density disequilibrium, the force is the object being pressure, causing a pressure on the environment around it. So if it's got a greater pressure, it gives the mediation. That's what's called pressure mediation. If it's in air, it's denser, it will sink. It's depressing its pressure. If it's in water and it's less dense, the water has a greater pressure and therefore pushes it up and supports it. If you have to do it in a vacuum, there's no support at all. Therefore, the things fall at the same rate, or almost exactly the same rate, because you can never get rid of all the air inside a vacuum chamber.
Subscribe button to check that out. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start moving into the open discussion. I'm going to put 50 minutes on the clock. Gentlemen, please.
Glenn Selch, Flatzoid, what do you mean there's no downward bias? Do you agree that the atmosphere pressure gradient is a downward bias? Definitely not. There's no such thing as a downward bias in atmosphere. The air we breathe all moves in all directions constantly at all the time in all directions. Gas can only change direction with collisions. It's called elastic collisions. It's a homogeneous gas. They move in all directions. We live in a dynamic system. We have cycles. And where we are at the ground, you have more surface area with more collisions. Therefore, the pressure is higher. The higher you go up, the area becomes wider for less to hit. Therefore, the pressure lowers, the temperature lowers, and all the things we say, thanks to gas behavior, show why we have pressure gradients. It's not gravity. Even Professor Bell inadvertently conceded to this when he was on FTFE talking about pressure gradients caused by gas behavior and not gravity.
Please try to keep it civil. I understand that it's a passionate discussion. You guys are really revved up.
I agree, Raichi. Witsit would have been better off alone. Just stay on until after 5 and I'm going to jump on and expose you. Oh, wow. Where have I heard that before? Everybody loves to try and expose me for what I don't know.
What? Oh, Witsit's going to expose you.
Usually when someone says they're going to expose you, that means they're doubling down on idiocy, guys. Witsit, why aren't you coming in now? You can expose me live. Remember last time he tried to expose me? Whatever happened to that? Oh, wait. He showed he had nothing, remember?
Well, we do.
Yeah, Glenn Sol, I never said you said anything. I said Phil Bell.
Want to have a productive conversation and get through this all the way. So please try to save the insults and ad hominems for as little as possible. Although I'm not going to be too manipulative with the discussion so far, I do want to just try to ask you.
Thank you, Tony Whitcomb, for your £10 super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. He says, I was going to super chat the one reference frame that the Globers claim, but Flats already called it. The truth hurts them. It does. Thank you very much for your super chat, Tony. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, it does. But it's sad. We haven't even got to the open discussions yet, and we were attacking Flat Earth a lot. And it's not supposed to be that way, especially with a so-called seasoned debater like Witsit. The Zherka guy, I don't know, he's just, yeah. But Witsit should know better than this. Why bring up things like an ionosphere and curve and stuff? And it's just stupid. You don't bring up the globe arguments if you're supposed to be debating for flat Earth. You bring up the flat Earth arguments.
You guys to do that, please. So with that, go ahead and let's get in the open discussion. Gentlemen, the floor is all yours.
Maybe I should start with apologizing to the globalist Satanists that are...
Starts off by apologizing to the global Satanists. So he's already showing disrespect in his apology. That's disingenuous.
Shilling for literally 25 Nazis, Operation Paperclip that started NASA. You guys are supporting Nazis. NASA comes from Nazi. That's what you guys are supporting.
Look at Von Zoom's face. Yeah, the thing with the Nazi, they were war criminals. Van Braun was a war criminal, and the mere fact that they took him on is a really weird thing. You don't take on someone who has been killing people from your country, your family, your friends, to come and work for you to try and help you to build a rocket to go to the moon. Is that how you treat war criminals, guys? Really weird stuff.
But number two, my one question is, why on a flight manual, and even in military flight manuals, or just a regular plane, why does every flight manual, when you're learning to fly a plane, say the Earth is literally fucking flat? It literally says the Earth is not in motion, just land the fucking plane. How the fuck does it tell you it's flat?
No, it doesn't say that directly. So
No.
It says it's motionless. It does say it's stationary and motionless, doesn't it? Usually the flying manuals say that. Yeah. And then when you ask them why does it, it's because you can't really take into account the little discrepancies, because the only movements you do find is things like drift due to air currents and stuff. You don't see it because of so-called what they call Coriolis, guys. There's no such thing as air as the globe moving beneath you, especially if you're calling one reference frame. If the air is moving with the floor, it would be consistent to one reference frame. So OKA, not Coriolis. So yeah, if you're saying no to him, then you're totally disfiguring your own argument of Velcroed atmosphere.
You have to fly the plane like the Earth is flat. It absolutely does say that.
It says you can treat the Earth as if it's
No, it
flat.
says you have to. Can you cite a manual that uses the globe?
Can you cite the manual directly, quote it directly, what it specifically says?
It says that we use a flat Earth model to be able to map out how to use the plane.
Yeah, we can use a flat Earth model to fly between 2 points.
But how come the Maritime Association that uses flat Earth map, the Meteorological Association that uses flat Earth maps, airplanes, how come everything launching cruise fucking missiles have to use our ice wall, the ice wall that you guys laugh at? You use our ice wall maps. You guys use, and it's.
What is he talking about? What ice wall maps? They use grid systems. It's data.
Oh God,
based on
these
grid
guys
systems.
they're in the feast of nonsense.
Yeah,
That was retarded.
that is
Oh,
retarded. They use the grid system. You know, the same grid system that FTFE throws away and says we shouldn't talk about that. Yeah, that grid system.
Cruise missiles use ice wall maps. That's a beauty. That.
It's retarded. Oh, wow.
What is an ice wall map anyway?
I think he's talking about the Gleason map, but he doesn't even know the name. I don't know. Wow. And apparently this Zherka guy has a big channel on Twitter or something. Well, I don't understand it.
Berserker.
It's not an ice wall. It's the highest shoreline on Earth, Antarctica. And look at the Antarctic Treaty if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But everything uses our maps. Nobody uses your retard globe.
Yeah, you see the 666 sign, like you're saying. Exactly what you're saying, Michael.
Yep, told you.
Weird.
List maps. Nobody.
Because
nobody.
because it's a two-dimensional.
High reality.
With three-dimensional logic. So you have to make maps flat so you can read them, but they're approximations.
Wait, hold on. Have you been to that?
Hold on.
Have you been to the ice wall?
Hold on.
Wow. Brilliant argument, Von Zoom. Have you been to the ice wall? Von Zoom, have you been to China? Or how about North Korea? I mean, that doesn't mean anything. The most sophisticated iffy debate at Caesar, hands down. Oh man, this is I wish I was on this debate with these two guys. It would have gone so much different, guys. So different.
The idiot said you have to make maps flat. Okay.
And have you guys realized the globes? These two guys didn't really bring anything. They didn't have to bring anything because these two are bringing the globe argument to themselves.
Exactly.
They're bringing the globe arguments to themselves and they're rebutting it for themselves. That's why these guys are looking so confused. They're like, what are you guys talking about? It's crazy. Oh,
I haven't heard Witsit once say that it's flat Earth elevation angles from Polaris. I haven't heard him mention one time that it's impossible to get an elevation angle off a curved surface. Doesn't matter who came up with the argument. It's a killer right there. What are you doing playing with your food?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That sounds about right, Caesar. He said, I think Zherka is just a poor agent to make Flat Earth look bad. His arguments are so poor. He hasn't got arguments by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know this guy, but wow. Let's put this. I'm so repulsed by his attitude, I wouldn't want to know the guy. He's one of those guys that you want to roll this, say, I know of you, but I don't want to know you.
Make it flat. I'm saying that. Whatever. I'll give you that. I'll give you the dumbest argument I've ever heard. You have to make it flat. You have to literally change reality to launch a cruise missile.
No, have you seen a book? Like books are flat, right? Have you ever read a piece of paper that was curved? I don't. I flattened them out. to
Okay,
read them? Like that's what I'm talking
check
about.
this out. Check
You're
this
not
out.
tracking.
Check this out. I'll give it to you, and I'll still win. Let's say that made sense. What you said,
No.
like you have to make the map flat.
Already
Why?
lost.
Then why are they adding an ice wall? Why?
Where are they adding an ice wall, Zherka? I mean, I'm a flat earther and I have to ask the flat earther, where are they adding the ice wall, Zherka? What the hell is this guy talking about? And why is Witsit not stopping him? Witsit's supposed to be correcting this guy.
He probably got it from Witsit.
Crazy.
Why aren't they using Antarctica, your little fucking continent island?
They don't draw
Why
it as
is
an ice wall.
Exactly.
Ice wall?
What?
They don't draw it as
What
an
did you
ice wall
say?
on the map.
Wait, where's Antarctica on the flat maps?
Antarctica on the flat map depends on the map you look at. Right?
No, name one that has as a little
Azimuthal equidistant, the
They're
one
on
the
the
airplane uses. In the azimuthal
They're on the
equidistant,
bottom.
where's Antarctica on that map?
In many maps, it's on the bottom. It's on the south.
How can you have a flat map which is just sitting there by itself on the bottom?
Easy. The Mercator map. Witsit. Ever heard of it? This is so idiotic. It's such an idiotic argument. There's thousands of globe maps and they have Antarctica in different locations. This is stupid. Why are they fighting this? I don't understand.
The debating two at worst balls I've ever seen, and the debating with worst arguments I've ever seen from flat earthers.
It's
Absolutely
crazy.
ridiculous.
If
And
I
this
didn't-
is why.
Yeah.
This is why it makes you look bad. If you're
Yeah.
a flat earther, it makes you look bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it straight out. This is an embarrassment, guys. Today, I would say I'm embarrassed to be a flat earther thanks to these two. Straight.
Are you kidding me? What is the bottom of a flat earth?
Have you seen like a map where the globe is?
You don't even know our model.
On top.
Yeah,
I'm not talking
Antarctica
about your
goes
model.
along the
I'm talking-
entire bottom of the map. So
In some of them, you're talking
No,
about.
no,
you're
no,
talking about a
dude,
specific
my
type
dude,
of map.
you are literally embarrassing yourself. Antarctica would be 180 degrees away from north. Just like a compass has one magnetic north, there's no
Yeah.
south pole. Circumnavigate east to west like a finger on a plate, like Christopher Columbus, like the sun. You circumnavigate east to west, and the 4 points of south would be 180 degrees away from north. You're not smart. You're
I think
not.
it's a
How many
Robinson.
vaccines you got? How many vaccines did you take?
I think it's a.
And now it starts. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
all right, time to expose you guys. Can I be
Hey,
heard?
what's it in,
Oh,
guys?
here he is.
Time to
There he
You
expose
is.
guys
us.
can get dunked on real fast. Try not to get emotional and interrupt me with all your bullshit remedial nonsense.
Wow, what a start.
For real. Yeah. Hey, buddy, I said don't interrupt me. All right, look, here's the deal. I know you need clout, and this is the most viewers you've ever gotten live, so that's why you're keeping.
Not a
Oh,
chance,
come on,
mate.
Witsit. That's a feeble argument, mate. That's a feeble argument. I don't care.
This
Don't
way
tell me
you're
to shut
you're
up,
not
mate.
gonna
Don't
let
tell me
me
to shut up.
guys.
Okay.
We'll talk then, but don't tell me to shut up.
Yeah, Witsit, you shut up.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, you're
okay.
tough.
I'm going to
you're
say
like
so
that.
for Witsit. I'm just going to first off. This is my show, so you don't come and demand on my show what's going on. Second of all, I've had much more viewers than this, mate. Don't kid yourself.
Really? What's the most viewers you've had?
120. Good luck.
Wow. What were you talking trash about me and Jaren?
No.
Yeah,
Factuality,
that's why-
thank you
that's why
very
you do
much
it.
for your $2 super chat. Game of
That's why
Thrones
you do
Ice
it.
Wall
Look-
map, maybe. Okay, guys, let's expose
Witsit.
it. Let's give Witsit the exposure he needs, so-called, to expose me. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me expose you. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the first one. You made this remedial nonsense argument that I was making the globe argument, which is, I don't know, maybe 100 IQ, maybe. So what I did was say, look at microwaves, horizontal line of sight propagation. They don't refract and diffract anywhere near the same as they claim radio waves do, which they lie about anyway, because of the frequency range. This is all over your head. Try to take notes or something. So then I said the hill would physically obstruct the line of sight horizontal microwave. And then I showed the globe Earth claimed obstruction with the Earth curve calculator. And I said it should be blocked at this height or at this distance with this height. Yet it can go up to 250 miles when it should only go 12 miles or 20 miles based on a 100 or 300 foot antenna. Yet
2014 arguments, Witsit.
You notice now watch. There you go. You got exposed. Let's hear your rebuttal, smart guy. What's up?
It was an exposure. Which frequency?
You said I made the globe argument.
What's it? You just said you didn't make a globe argument, yet you brought up, if on a globe this should be happening. That is called globe argument. Secondly, what frequencies are you talking about? Do you understand radio waves work at different frequencies?
Yes. Stop trying to change the subject.
And
you
do
just
they
claimed I made the globe argument.
do they
You said I
propagate-
made the globe
What's it?
argument.
What's
You
it
said
up?
I made the globe
Why are you not letting
argument.
me-
But what I
why are you
did
not
was
letting
show
me-
that the
why are you
globe
not letting me
prediction
rebut?
doesn't work
What's it?
with what the microwaves actually do. How do you think
Why
that
are you
you
not letting
refute
me
a
rebut?
position?
Why are you not letting me rebut? What's it?
You're changing the subject. It's called a red herring fallacy.
No, I'm not. It's exactly that. The frequency changes the propagation value of the waves, does it not?
Red herring.
Does it or not? Witsit?
Yes.
So
red
therefore,
herring fallacy.
your argument is invalidated. Thank you very much. Why does a flat
No,
earther
it's-
have to invalidate your so-called...
You're such an idiot, dude. You're literally dumb. So here's the deal. It doesn't change any of my argument. My argument was that based on the frequencies of microwave, they know they can't claim that refraction and diffraction make it go around the globe. So even in their own paradigm, they had to come up with another excuse because refraction and diffraction don't work due to the frequency length. Hey, do you know what frequencies microwaves are in?
Who's making that argument?
Yeah.
No, of course you don't
Who
know.
are you
I thought you were the
actually
smart guy,
rebutting?
Flatzoid. Hey, what frequency is
You're not
microwave in?
rebutting anyone. No one has made that argument.
Hey, listen
not just
carefully.
that,
I showed that the globe prediction is that there should be physical obstruction at a certain distance if the Earth is actually a ball, but
So
that we
bring
should
up the
line of
globe.
sight
Congratulations.
horizontal.
Witsit. What are you doing? That's been
I'm exposing
over
you
with.
clowns
No,
who like.
Witsit.
It's
scream
over
my name
with.
up the
You're
clouds
still
because-
you're still arguing like the horizon is Earth curve.
Witsit?
Buddy,
Get with the
Witsit.
program.
Witsit?
You're
You
an
just-
idiot, dude.
Witsit,
Okay, so
coming in here and just insinuating being rude to everybody, insulting us.
you
is
just now insulted me for an hour straight. What are you talking about? Stop virtue signaling like a little gamma.
Listen
You just
here.
insulted me for an hour.
Listen,
Kick
Witsit.
his ass out.
Witsit? Listen
That's
here.
what you're gonna have to do because you
Listen
know I'm gonna
here.
expose you.
I just exposed your dumb fuckery argument as nonsense, and you just conceded it without realizing that. So, the next argument, which is the next one you want to come expose me on? Come on.
No, we're talking about this one. Hey, can you tell the rest of the people not to jump in so we can have a conversation, please?
Hey, can you stop telling everybody on my show what to do and not to do?
So you guys are going to be like Oakley, where you guys all have to circle jerk, interrupt me, and insult me, and not let me make my point. Because I'm
Kick
going to
his dumb ass out. All he is a fast talking sham.
Neil wants you to kick
Him,
me out
Karen,
because he
and the
knows I'm about
rest
to
of them.
expose you.
Witsit, can you just come and expose instead of showing your idiocy, please? I'm
Okay,
waiting.
listen carefully. So I said, according to the globe model, there should be physical obstruction at this distance based on the globe claim. But in reality, we do not see this physical obstruction. To respond with, why are you arguing like the horizon is Earth curve? Dude, I'm debunking the globe model.
No, you're not. Thank you, Peaceful Warrior. £2 super chat. You have nothing, Witsit. Thank you very much for your super chat. Like I said, you change the frequency, you change its propagation wave. Therefore, your argument is invalidated. And it's not the flat earther that's supposed to be correcting you on this if you have the knowledge of this. Witsit. That's why
Wait, I just asked you what frequency
if you change the frequency, does it change the horizon distance or not?
Yes, I know the globe's not real, Flatzoid. Trust me, I get you're not very bright, but
Listen.
try to keep up. Try to keep up,
Dude,
buddy.
your insults are not helping you. Your insults are not helping you.
Dude, and all the people in here, I'm keeping names of all you guys. All you guys will cease to exist in a year. That's why FED gets 60 live viewers. It's because you act like this.
Hold on. Witsit. We argued
No,
this
you're
is
the
an
dumbest
argument
person
from
here. Please stop jumping
2014. Witsit. We argued this in 2014. You don't have to know more. The horizon is not Earth curve. Black Swan, elevation angles to Polaris. It's over.
Dude, do you think I
wrong with
don't
you?
know your same reiterated, redundant, remedial
game
conversation?
over.
There we
Every
go.
day?
Witsit just exposed
it's game
himself.
over there.
Yeah, Witsit just exposed himself as an actor because he just said it's redundant argument. Thank you, Witsit, for showing you're not an actual flat earther. I'm calling out.
Okay, what a cool story. You're really tough in Australia or of Africa or wherever you are. So here's
He
the
doesn't
truth.
even know where I am.
Wow, come on.
Because literally no one even knows who you are. No one cares. Here's
Oh,
the
then
reality.
Why are
of the
you here
situation.
then? If no
Buddy,
one knows who I
listen
am, why
carefully.
am I here?
Are you afraid to hear me expose you?
You exposing yourself.
Because you're
That's the whole
living
point.
free in his head.
Yeah.
And it's
Go
funny
ahead.
that you guys are all circle jerking and supporting it. So all you guys will all be excommunicated from True Earth when it really blows up because you guys are useless.
Oh, he's a priest.
Oh,
You're
come on,
Wow.
Witsit.
That's what it is.
Listen, and dude, I thought
Wow.
you were cooler than that, but you're
You
supporting
do
it.
have a
This is
religious
this is the
Wow.
problem, dude.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on a minute. Listen, I want to talk.
Kick
Dude,
him
all you're doing
out.
is making sure I can't break it down.
Okay,
That's
let,
what
I
you're
was
all
Mike,
doing.
let Michael
I
No,
quickly
said
say
but you're
something.
insulting. You're insulting, and then just not listening to what people have got to say. You're allowed to insult Witsit, but then nobody's allowed to reply.
Wait, didn't
Come
you
on,
insult
dude.
me for an hour straight without me here to
Michael-
I
defend
did
myself?
not insult you. I didn't insult anybody, dude. I didn't
Oh,
insult
then-
said I was-
anybody.
Okay, Michael, go ahead. Say what you want to say, mate.
I've not said a word yet. And what you going to do? Take my name, call me out, write me out at Flat Earth. You talk shit, mate.
Wow,
You've come
profound.
in here with no but add-ons.
Okay,
Mhm.
can I now expose the
100
whole
IQ. You're remedials. You clowns. You're this.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
You know what
Witsit,
an
Witsit, how about
Bring some up there.
exposing the liars,
Bring some
Witsit?
up
ad
there.
hominem is when your argument is a personal insult. I've made very specific arguments. Okay, Flatzoid, you said that propagation changes with frequency, therefore that refutes my position. That's irrelevant, dude. I know that. The point is that according to the globe, there's a tangible physical obstruction called Earth curvature that would block the transmissions. Do you understand that?
I'm sorry. It's just I feel like I'm back in 2014.
What's-
Holy
okay,
shit. You don't
wait.
get it, do you,
Let,
Witsit?
okay, let me just answer it again for you, Witsit. The fact that you are making the argument is showing you are bringing up the argument for the globe. Do you understand that this argument you
I'm
just conceded?
refuting the globe.
You just conceded that changing the frequency changes the horizon distance, therefore debunking your own argument. Do you
How does
understand
it debunk my argument specifically?
Because you changed the horizon, therefore what blocks it?
That is my argument,
Based on
buddy. Try again.
frequency. So
That's my argument. So how to refute my argument?
on the globe, they claim that the frequency changes the physical horizon properties because of the angle. Do you understand?
No, so you
it's
don't
still-
even know what you're
listen.
talking about.
According to the globe, the radius doesn't change with the frequency. It's the angle it hits past the horizon that changes. So therefore, the globe is still the same radius, you dipshit.
No, you still don't understand it. So what frequency range is microwaves in? Go.
I don't know.
You
tell
have
me.
no idea.
Go ahead. No, tell
You
me.
have no idea.
Go,
Hey,
go
are
tell me.
radio?
That's irrelevant.
Hey, are radio waves of lower frequencies the same as microwaves?
What's a radio wave, Witsit? Define radio wave.
No, shut up. No. Hey, Flatzoid, stop trying to
No,
save him.
you
Flatzoid,
shut up, Witsit.
Flatzoid, since you're schooling me so much on
I'm
frequencies.
really
what's
close.
different?
Where are you? Tennessee? I'm right
Yeah,
in Alabama. Come
dude,
and visit,
come on over with
please.
your 5
So
foot.
I can
Dude, no one
smack
cares
some
about-
sense into your dumbass.
And you think that no one notices that you're trying to make sure Flatzoid doesn't have to answer because he's getting exposed?
The only one
Flatzoid will never be exposed by a glober.
The only one that's exposed is you coming in insulting from when you got in, and then on conceding that your argument is invalidated, and now trying to red herring me with asking me questions on what frequencies are.
Okay, listen carefully, Flatzoid.
No,
So
you
in the
listen
real
carefully,
world-
Witsit. You already
the real world-
conceded your argument is mute, so I don't have to answer what
It's
frequency
mute,
it
dude.
is.
You don't even know how to use words. Listen carefully, okay?
You
I didn't
listen
concede
carefully,
anything.
you ignorant tard. You are
Yeah, you're
not coming
freaking
in my show and telling me what I'm doing on my show.
Yeah, you got dunked on.
No, you came in and you conceded it changes the horizon. So therefore, your argument is invalidated. You know why? Because you bringing up a globe argument and it gets invalidated by your own argument just by changing the frequency. I don't have to give you what frequency is what because you already conceded the point. You exposed yourself.
Do you
Witsit.
get that?
You're not
Witsit?
talk. You don't. He doesn't understand that microwaves are different than radio horizons.
I never
which
said
is why
that.
you look so dumb
I
right
never
now.
said that. Now he's making up words in my mouth as well, guys.
Hey, so was my argument about microwaves?
Radio waves. Did I say
It was about
microwaves?
microwaves.
You said radio waves.
Dude, in the debate, it's about microwaves. You're so lost, dude.
You said radio waves. Did he not say radio waves, guys? The horizon
If
with
he-
radio waves.
Let's see how many people
Those
are
were
going to
your
lie. Let
words.
them answer.
Did you not
What I
say
say
radio
in the
waves?
debate. Hey, do you want to bet $500 that I presented microwaves in the debate, Flatzoid?
I'm sure you said
What's
radio waves, mate.
You want to bet 1,000?
Flatzoid, let this moron debate how he wants to debate.
Oh wow! But I was going to expose you. Remember? So in the debate, I said that. In the debate, I explained that they try to magically claim that that radio waves go way too far because of refraction,
Radio waves, thank you.
diffraction, and because of the ionosphere.
Radio
But they
waves. Radio waves. He just debunked himself again. Thanks for exposing.
No, no. Just to say. From what I remember, he did mention microwaves.
Yeah, but he just said radio waves now again. His argument was based on radio waves and changed to microwaves. So he can't come and straw man and say, oh, I didn't say anything radio waves. He's just said it now, 2 seconds ago.
No, dude, I explained that the globe has an excuse for radio waves that doesn't even work anyway, but they can't use that excuse for microwaves. Then I showed a diagram. Surely you can understand cartoons, and it showed the microwave going horizontal and being blocked by a hill, and they can't use refraction and diffraction as an excuse with microwaves because of the frequency, yet they still go 250 miles when they should get blocked at 12 miles.
With the ionosphere.
The microwaves don't go anywhere close to the ionosphere. I also explained that in my presentation, which was they came up with an excuse that they must be reflecting down, but not by the quote unquote ionosphere, mind you, because these are microwaves. Then you claimed I was bringing up the ionosphere and bringing up globe claims as if they were my claims.
You had the ionosphere.
They are.
There are your globe claims that you brought up. Did the opponents bring up anything with radio waves and microwaves and ionosphere, or was it you? What's it?
No, do you know what a stillman is?
Do you understand what I just asked? Did they bring it up,
Yes.
or did you? What's it?
I did because I was still manning their position and refuting it in my presentation.
So you made up your own globe
Nervous laughter from the
argument.
Mr. Ineptitude.
You brought up your own globe argument to refute yourself that anyway got refuted just by changing frequencies, so therefore made your own argument invalid, therefore showing you to be a clown.
Is no one on this panel going to call him out?
We all think you a clown, what's it?
I just wish you guys could communicate without insulting one another. What's the point in insulting one another? You don't hate each other. Come on.
Witsit,
Well,
do you
because
believe in a
whenever
downward
someone
bias?
sends me a link, and
Do
then
you
look at Neil.
believe
All
that
Neil
there's
does
a
is jump
downward
in and interrupt
bias?
and insult
Just
people the
answer
whole
my
time, and you guys
question.
don't say anything.
Do you believe you're talking about a downward bias?
No, stop
What
changing the
downward
subject.
bias?
Stop changing the subject.
What
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
downward bias? You're a clover.
remember,
who's
I
doing
invited.
the
Clover.
music in the
Remember,
background?
Witsit, I invited you.
Flatzoid,
Yeah.
out of respect for you, I'll leave. But
Yeah, bye.
Witsit, you're lost,
Okay.
bro.
Okay, Witsit, remember I invited you in here to come explain the differences between paramagnetism, ferromagnetism, and diamagnetism, and then try and explain how it works in your so-called electrostatic.
Yeah, I can easily dunk on you for that as well. I want you to admit that you're wrong about the microwaves, that you strawmanned me, and that in fact I was still manning the globe and showing why their excuses still don't work, and that microwaves refute the globe because they use line of sight
Doesn't.
horizontal propagation at a very high frequencies.
doesn't,
In fact,
Witsit.
ultra high frequency.
It doesn't.
Okay.
That's the point. It doesn't.
Why not? Why not?
Because you change the frequency, therefore it changes the horizontal.
Not with microwaves.
It does.
Do you want to bet a $5,000?
You got $5,000 to throw around. That's your problem.
No, let's bet $500.
No, I don't have $500 to throw around.
Okay,
I
'cause
got
you're
children
lying.
to feed. Thank you very much.
Dude, listen, with microwaves, it doesn't change the horizon because they're not affected by refraction and diffraction.
Refraction
Okay,
and diffraction doesn't change the angle of the waves, mate. You are
Dude,
totally...
they're line of sight.
Just to ask. Witsit, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. For what you're saying, you're gonna. Do you have any citations? So at least when you say it, you can say, "Look at this," and this will show you. Do you have any citations?
Yeah,
or any references?
Declassi-
Citations or references?
Yeah, declassified operation from the governments during the Cold War, shooting microwaves 250 miles using line of sight horizontal propagation.
Where could I find that?
I'll drop it for you in a second. Can you drop links in here? I can't post.
Yeah, there's a
message me on Telegram. Message me on Telegram at Witsit. I'll send you the PDF. Okay, now we can move on because you can't answer it. It doesn't matter. I exposed it. We can move on to the
exposed that
paramagnetic
you
question.
muted your own argument. Congratulations. Okay, next.
Dude, you keep on saying that, but I didn't, dude. Okay, so this is the truth. They, according to them, they shoot radio waves horizontally, and they claim it bounces off of some made-up construct called the ionosphere to save the globe because Marconi debunked the globe. Right. So then I said, okay, that's just made up anyway. But it's even worse when we use microwaves because they know they can't bounce off the ionosphere in their own model. They know that it's not affected by diffraction or refraction in their own made up excuses in their model. So this just debunks the globe straight up. It's line of sight horizontal microwave propagation.
Keep telling
Okay,
yourself
I know
that.
it's a new argument I came up with. You're only used to parroting Oakley, but try to keep up.
How many
Dude.
mediums are we talking about? What's it?
How
What do
many
you mean
mediums?
diffraction? Yeah, what is diffraction?
Dude, diffraction is whenever something gets obstructed and then it can fill in the gap behind it. That's not the point, dude. The point is that they claim that ground wave. I have to teach you guys, but you guys are calling me stupid. They say that ground waves diffract around the globe. That's called ground wave propagation. They claim that sky waves bounce off the ionosphere. They do not claim either one of these for microwaves because it doesn't work as an excuse. So they claim something else called tropospheric ducting and tropospheric reflection. Tropospheric reflection. You don't know what that is. So anyway,
Why are you still bringing up globe arguments? That's the whole point, Witsit. You brought up the globe argument to argue. Listen, are you saying there's no such thing as the ionosphere? Then why are you bringing it up? If you say there's no such thing as the curve, yet you bring it up. You literally just said the frequency changes the horizon. Therefore, that's what the globe would bring as an argument, therefore making your argument mute. You don't get...
Not with microwaves.
Keep telling yourself that, but okay. So
see, now you know deep down that everyone that's listening can just go Google it and you're going to look really retarded.
Yeah, exactly right. She's about a specific frequency of microwave, but I asked him to come here specifically about ferromagnetism, paramagnetism, and diamagnetism. That's what I actually want to hear.
Yeah, I just tried to move to it. Yeah, you got dunked on with that. I mean, whatever. We can move on. Okay, now you think that it debunks my position that different objects are paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, and diamagnetic, and then you falsely made the claim I don't know what that is, right? So let me teach you what it is and show that you don't know what it is. So paramagnetic is where there's a weak magnetic attraction within the material. Ferromagnetic is a strong magnetic attraction. Diamagnetic repulses. It's a negative reaction or response to the magnetic field. Okay, can you tell me why paramagnetic materials are paramagnetic? What's the physics behind it? Why is it a weak attraction?
Sorry, that's not the question I asked you.
Yeah, you don't know.
I asked you why are things not flying in midair?
Okay. No problem. See, for one, you would need to understand the terms you're claiming to debunk me with, right? So if you're claiming that paramagnetic materials would debunk my position, can you actually tell me what causes them to be paramagnetic? What's the physics behind it? What physically happens?
You just said they repulse the magnetic field. So they would... what?
No, that's diamagnetic.
Yeah, so
that's
diamagnetic. Yeah, so what happens when they are repulsing the magnetic field? Because you said it specifically... No. You specifically said it gives your down bias, correct?
Really? When did I say the magnetic field gives a downward bias? Can you cite that?
Your static... you keep showing this. You're saying when you change the politic values, then you can make things float, go up, opposite. That's what you're...
Is static electricity and magnetism the same thing?
That's what you're pushing it as.
Really? Can you cite it?
Because you're saying we live under a Gaussian plate, under like a battery. That's what you guys have been claiming all this time.
What does that have to do with magnetism, Flatzoid?
So there's no diamagnetics now? Is that what you're claiming?
Straw man fallacy.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes,
you made a claim that things are biased downward directions due to static electricity, statics, or is it due to magnetism?
When did I ever say magnetism?
Diamagnetics. That's what you guys push.
No.
You even push the kinetic. You even push the kinematics. You push the kinematics on as well, isn't that?
No, never said diamagnetic ever. You're starting to regret doing this, aren't you? You should be embarrassed.
Is things floating?
Okay.
Why
I've done more
changing your
than you ever do, Flat Soy. You
that's his rebuttal, guys. He's done more than I've ever done on Flat Earth.
No, I already rebutted you.
Why aren't things floating in mid-air, Witsit?
Because it's not about magnetism. It's about the downward electric current setting the up and down, and then the density relationship with the medium will then set that vector relative to the buoyant force, which is intrinsically electrostatic, as is density, as is mass, as is weight. Everything that is material is electrostatic. What's mass? Okay, now you can get into whether or not mass exists. In fact, it's just charge. It's just a concept people have to quantify matter. So we can throw mass out. It doesn't matter. Let's just talk about density. In order for an object to have density, then it has to be held together by electrostatics.
Again, Witsit, you're not getting it. What is electrostatics in a nutshell?
Oh, well, I have a different understanding of electrostatics than what most people would say. And so you're trying to divert away now.
No.
So
You know
claimed
that you know your
diamagnetic
definition
materials
you just
block
gave.
my position,
You know your
which
word
shows
salad.
don't
You know the word salad definition you just gave was a global response. What's it? Now
name
I'm
one
asking
word.
you,
What did I say that was word salad?
buoyancy and mass and downward bias. That's all globe related. What's it?
Buddy, I didn't say those words in that. You said I used word salad. I didn't use word salad. You're turning into an anti-flat earther where you accuse me of using word salad, but can't even define what word salad is.
Again, what is electrostatics
define word salad.
defined by you? What's it?
No. We were going to focus on one point at a time.
Electrostatics is this topic here. What's it? What is your definition of electrostatics? Please go on.
The intrinsic vibrational resonance within all matter, the charge that holds together all matter.
And that's magnetic charge, correct?
No.
No. So there's no
It's
magnetic.
electrostatic. It's electrostatic.
What is electrostatic?
Isn't it?
What's electrostatic exactly? What's it? Please tell us.
Well, I just told you I don't agree with the mainstream definition of little electrons and all the pseudoscience of what it is. You're diverting away from me dunking on you. You conflated, you strawman my position by claiming that I said it was magnetic and therefore diamagnetic materials would be floating when it is actually that there's just a downward current set. You claimed it was actually just density.
So is this downward current static or is it magnetic?
What?
Is this downward current static or magnetic?
It's electric.
Electric. And
you not know what current is?
Has
Flatzoid?
electric charge got magnetic properties to it? What's it?
No.
No. So there's no electromagnetics in existence then? No electromagnets?
Oh, now you strawman to electromagnets, and you think you're teaching me? This is so funny. So
you just said it doesn't exist.
Electric currents can generate a magnetic field. That's the Faraday law.
Congratulations.
Do you even know what that is? Why are you talking about stuff you don't even know the basics about?
Dude, you just said electromagnetics cannot create a magnetic field, and then you just said they do. Do you understand you're contradicting yourself constantly?
Another straw man never said that electromagnetic...
And he's lying now as well because he just was on live and he said he didn't say that. Congratulations.
This is all recorded. This is what's so funny. This will probably end your...
This is live. What's it?
I know. Thus recorded, and you deserved it. So...
I deserved you contradicting yourself. Congratulations.
No,
that's ego problem.
I said, you said, does a current cause a magnet? Is a current magnetic? That's what you asked. And
no,
I said,
didn't.
No, it's electric. And then you respond. You see how you have to keep interrupting me? Then you responded with, are you saying electromagnetic doesn't exist? With just a gross straw man in an attempt to divert away from your stupid question. So yeah, currents are electric. An electric current can generate a magnetic field. That's called the Faraday law. Okay. They are two different things. Now I would explain to you that they're intrinsically tied together, as in one creates the other and you can't have one without the other, but you're not ready for that. You think ether has something to do with the globe. So we're not going to get into that because you could never, ever understand it. We're talking about how you strawman my position. So is there an electric current on the earth that goes down to the surface? Yes or no?
Yes. And it's got to do with the magnetic field. What's it?
No one ever brought up a magnetic field. That's what the strawman you keep bringing up.
Sorry, are you doubting that there's magnetic fields now? Because I clearly believe you do say that it changes. The reason we see differentials is because of the magnetic fields, or is it just statics? Just love doing the static electricity.
Differentials of what? Why are you strawmanning everything I say?
Does it change with altitude?
What does that have to do with magnetic fields?
What is it?
You don't understand it.
You
don't
are
even
denying magnetic fields on Earth, Witsit, and just because you call it electrostatics doesn't make it not magnetic properties. Witsit.
Wait, are you saying that the downward electric current is actually magnetism?
That's what you've been claiming this whole time with your dielectrics.
I've never said that in my entire life.
Dielectric acceleration. That's the name you guys give it?
Yeah, what dielectric is interchangeable with the word electrostatic? When did I say something about magnetism?
What is dielectric acceleration exactly? What's it?
Now see what he's doing? He's arguing just like a glober, where every response he gives is a straw man. He interrupts, and then whenever he's boiled down to being exposed, he diverts away to another question.
No,
these are all fallacies.
I'm letting you talk and letting you expose yourself.
You are the man.
Yeah.
you're being exposed. So if there's a downward electric current on the Earth, if there's a downward electric current on the Earth, how would that not create a bias?
There's no bias on Earth. What's it? Things go up.
But you just said there was a downward electric current on the.
That's what you claim. What's it? Not us.
Oh, you said yes when I asked you that.
No, I said there is magnetic fields. You are saying there's biases downwards. Not what I said.
No, I said, is there an downward electric current on the Earth? Yes or no? And you said yes.
Yeah, current, not downward bias. Witsit. You saying it biases down. There's a difference.
I then asked you, how could there be a downward electric current and not be a bias? And then you said, I'm not claiming there's a downward electric current. That's what you're claiming. So you're double speaking now.
No,
you're worse than any Glober.
No, you are putting words in my mouth. There's a difference between having an electrostatic current and a downward bias, Witsit. So again, please, can you define your dielectric acceleration for me? That's what I've asked. Like,
you once again don't even know these words at all. Electrostatic current is an oxymoron. Electrostatics is static. Current is moving. You're showing that you have an immense amount of ineptitude regarding this subject, and you're so arrogant about it. There's a word for that. It's called Dunning-Kruger. So
yeah, you should know all about it now because you're exposing yourself to everybody. You know, everybody's busy laughing at you in the chat, yeah, because you're exposing yourself, thinking you're exposing because your ego is so high. Listen, you said electrostatics has a downward bias. Did you not?
No, I've never said that incoherent statement. I'm not remedial like you. So what I said was there's a downward electric current on the Earth, right? And that everything that goes up or down is intrinsically electrostatic. Thus, by definition, that would be electrostatic acceleration. If there's a downward electric current on the Earth, how would that not create a bias?
You just contradicted yourself again.
Right? And no one on the panel is going to check him? It's like you just have an echo chamber.
Panel, please tell him he's contradicted himself because I don't know how much more I can make it clear. He's contradicting himself over and over.
So just help me understand. How exactly did he contradict himself?
He first says he did not claim electrostatics has a bias downwards. Then he says electrostatics has a downwards bias. That's a full-on blown contradiction.
I did not say that.
It's live for everybody to see and hear.
I know. That's why this is so embarrassing for you. So I just corrected you and said,
insane. Are you smoking something?
I never said the sentence electrostatics has a bias downward. That's an incoherent statement because electrostatic is static charge. Currents are moving. I said there's a downward electric current on the Earth that sets a bias. All objects are intrinsically electrostatic. They receive electrostatic induction from the air and the environment. Even in a vacuum chamber, they receive transference induction, which means that anything that goes up or down would by definition be electrostatic acceleration.
No. If I pick up a rock, what did electrostatic acceleration do to that rock? What's it?
No, you picked up the rock, you introduced an additional force to remove it from its state of equilibrium. When you drop it, it being more dense than the air will cause it to go down. The question, though, is why down and what gives the object density?
You just gave the answer. You picked it up. The air around it cannot support it. It is out of equilibrium. Therefore, it will sink. No electrostatics needed. Thank you very much.
This is so funny. So earlier you said that acceleration requires a force, and then you claimed that it was density. But density isn't a force. That's like a very
let me put it this way.
position.
No, let me put it this way. What's it? Density is not a force. Is based on specific gravity. That's globe physics. Where we say density disequilibrium, that means the object's pressure is forcing itself through the medium. That means it's a force present, mate.
That would be the buoyant force, yeah. But
there's no such thing as a buoyant force, mate.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. This is why flat Earth looks so dumb. Because you guys claim that just taking an elevation angle proves the Earth's flat, and then you just make up stuff like density as a force. Whereas I'm talking to PhDs.
I didn't say density is a force. I said the pressure of the object. The pressure of the object is the force.
Yeah, that's what's
Exert
up,
it
bro.
through the
Hey,
medium. Don't
can
put
you name
words in
one
my
object?
mouth.
Can you name one object that has density that is not
Everything.
electrostatic?
I never said there's none of them. So that's also another straw man.
I
Congratulations.
asked you questions can't be straw mans.
Yes, it can if you're trying to put words in my mouth.
I'm asking you a question.
You just made a statement.
No, I
That
asked you,
is-
can you name an object that has density but isn't electrostatic? That's a question.
That's a straw man
Again.
because you're trying to push electrostatics onto relative density disequilibrium. It has nothing to do with it. And I'm still waiting for you to define dielectric acceleration, please.
I already did. I told you the word dielectric is interchangeable with the word electrostatic. That was another attempt to obfuscate and divert away from you once again being wrong, claiming that I used a straw man when I asked you a question for clarity, which is, do you agree that every object that has density is electrostatic?
A straw man because electrostatics has nothing to do with the density of the object.
Okay, how can it be a straw man if I'm asking a question? Okay,
You
secondly,
are placing something that has got nothing to do with the argument. Therefore,
that's not a straw man. You don't even know what the word straw man means, and you
What's a
claim to be
straw
a
man,
master
Witsit? What's a
debater,
straw
dude.
man, Witsit?
Where you misrepresent the other person's argument.
Thank you. You're misrepresenting my argument because it has nothing to do with relative density disequilibrium. There we go. Thank you.
I didn't misrepresent your argument. I asked you a question. So
You are
anyway, we'll just move on because
misrepresenting.
you're dishonest. You're intellectually dishonest. So of course the answer is no. You can't have an object with any density that's not electrostatic. So what is density? Compactness of matter, amount of matter in set amount of volume. That's what density is. Okay, well then to figure out what causes density, we would need to know what causes the compactness of matter in a set amount of volume. Well, we know for a fact that the objects, the matter, it's held together by electrostatics. Thus, that would be the cause of
Prove
the
it.
compactness of matter.
Prove it. I thought you
Prove
don't.
that all
I thought.
objects are
I thought you don't ascribe to the molecular metal of atoms and stuff. Now you're saying it's electrostatics holding all the matter together to create the density. So prove it.
we can actually break matter down and show that there's a charge on the smallest scales that we can observe. Are you denying that matter's electrostatic
No,
now?
I'm taking you down that you said you do not ascribe to the atomic model, and yet you're pushing the atomic model.
No, I'm not. I don't need the atomic model to know that all matter itself is electrostatic. And when we break down matter to the smallest observable scales, then it still has a charge. I don't have to believe in atoms and electrons and photons like the crazy pseudoscientists, Oakley and QE and yourself. I don't have to believe in any of that pseudoscience. I'm talking about what we can prove.
Yet you're pushing things that are not scientific as science. That's pseudoscience,
So
mate.
Wait, are you saying I can't scientifically test and prove that objects are electrostatic?
That your dielectric acceleration or ether is a real thing.
Now you're diverting away to the ether. You see what he's doing?
It's the same
Everything.
thing. Your whole argument is
This is
based
a waste
on
of- I
exactly
didn't
the
realize
same
you were
thing.
this fallacious,
If you're
honestly.
saying atoms are attracted to each other, but you don't agree with
When
atoms,
did I say atoms are attracted to each other?
you're saying the poles are attracted to one another because of static
When did I say poles?
mass, everything, the substance. They're attracted to each other
the
because of
matter.
a static charge, correct?
Matter's held together by electrostatics, yeah.
Okay. So that is a belief, Witsit. Can you scientifically validate that, Witsit?
Yes, I can manipulate charge and matter can fall apart. Your ignorance. You can literally look
How
at the
you-
smallest pieces. You
Okay.
can look at the smallest components of matter and there's still charge there, meaning everywhere that we can examine matter, there's a charge.
Do you see the issue here? If you're going to change the charge, is it going up or down? Or is it just going to separate the matter?
Okay, you're so lost. Okay, what causes it to go up and down is a variance of issues. One is there's a downward electric current on the earth. Two, the object's relationship with the medium. And that is twofold. One, it's electrostatic and it can receive electrostatics from the environment. It's called electrostatic induction. Okay. And just like a bumblebee that flies in the air gains charge as it flies, which is why it can fly over a flower. And there's something called non-contact pollen detachment, where the pollen will levitate up to the bee and stick to it because the bee gained charge as it flew in the air. The flower's connected to the ground, so they have quote unquote opposite charges, and then they go up and attract. Okay. So there's some air transfers electrostatics to objects. The other part is the object's relationship with the air or the medium based on density. Okay. And then things will go up or down based on the density relationship as well. That means both of these things are a variable that plays a role in the phenomena. You can use science to test it.
I thought you don't subscribe to electrons. Or did
Okay,
I get that wrong?
I don't have to believe in what people claim electrons are.
But you are preaching electrons right now. What's it?
No, I'm not. The phenomena of electrons is a real thing, but the model, the concept people came up with is not a real thing when they claim that the electron is a charge-carrying particle of matter, but it has no size or shape and it can never be found, and it's 100 million times smaller than the atom. That's called pseudoscience.
Dude,
none of that's verified.
Your whole premise is based on a model that you just said is real, but it's fake. Do you not see your contradiction?
No, it's not. Without that pseudoscientific subatomic particle model, you can still prove that objects have charge, Flatzoid.
Again,
I can do a scientific
your
experiment.
whole argument is it does not exist, but yet you use that thing that does not exist to make your argument.
See, and he's just going to keep saying the straw man, right? When I
It's
never
what
said
you
the word
just said.
electron. I never said the word electron. He
You
made
literally
that
just
up.
explaining the electron model, and you said the model works,
All
and
right, I'm
then
going
you
to go
said
back
it's
to the show now.
false.
All right, look, here's a recap of what happened. You claimed that it was so easy to debunk me. You can just bring up ferromagnetic and paramagnetic and
Which it
diamagnetic.
did debunk
I
you,
then
yeah.
defined them, and what I defined them and said, I never claimed it was magnetic, right? You made that up.
Diamagnetism is magnetic, is it not?
I never claimed acceleration had anything to do with that.
Dielectric acceleration has everything to do with magnetics. What's it?
Really? How so? Tell me how.
What does dielectric mean? What's it?
Electrostatic.
No. It's
Yes.
magnetic. Dielectric magnetic fields.
Oh my God, dude, you're so lost.
He even
Okay.
said it before. I don't know what this guy keeps changing his...
No. What I explained was that if you have a coherent magnetic field, it intrinsically has the conjugate geometric expression of dielectricity. You're going to say it's word salad because it's over your head. I don't have time to go here all day with you. This is the main point that needs the point. You don't debunk me by straw manning me. Diamagnetic materials don't debunk my position. You can go out and physically measure a downward electric current on the earth. We have naturally occurring observable phenomena. Your hair sticks up during lightning storms. Lightning is discharged from clouds. Clouds are actually electrostatic. That's actually what makes it rain. We can prove this because you can go shin an electrostatic charge into the cloud and it will begin to rain. Bumblebees can float above flowers and make the pollen levitate up to them. I used a Van de Graaff generator to make iron, steel, hair, styrofoam, rubber, all float when I flip the polarity between the two Gaussian surfaces with the Van de Graaff generator.
Float. It wouldn't float. It went the opposite pole. It got stuck to the top. It's not floating.
No, you can make it float in the middle.
With frequency change.
Well, it's actually a charge change. Technically, everything is frequency. So you're not even
So
making
what happens when you, let's say, take a frog and you take a helium balloon? Why is they both got static charge, correct?
Yeah.
Why is the one going up and the one down then?
Because the buoyant force generated by the density relationship of you.
That's got nothing. Sorry, you said static electricity. What has buoyancy? What has buoyancy got to do with static electricity? With static current? Please go ahead. What does buoyancy got to do with that?
Me like an impulsive child, then maybe you would learn something. You should be taking notes. So I'm trying to be patient with you, but you're being very disrespectful. And you started your show being disrespectful, which is why I came in here.
What has buoyancy got to do with static current?
I'm trying to explain it. So the fact you say static current shows you don't comprehend the
Carry
terms.
on, Witsit. I'm waiting, Witsit.
Static means not moving. Current means moving. That's an oxymoron. So stop saying it. Okay. The point is that if we have helium and it's less dense in the air, then there's going to be a buoyant force and the object's going to go up relative to the surrounding medium. But what I could do is introduce enough charge to the helium balloons to make them go down to the ground. I actually did this in the movie. You can literally make helium balloons go down to the ground with electrostatics. Okay, so until you introduce enough electrostatics to overcome the density relationship, it's going to go up and down based on the density relationship because it takes a ton of electrostatics to overcome that buoyant force. It's much stronger. That doesn't mean it's not there. We can measure that there's a downward electric current.
Okay, let's put it this way. So you had to create a static charge for the balloon to go down, correct?
Well, I manipulated what was already there. Like you don't create anything. Energy cannot be created or destroyed.
What happens when you take a balloon and rub it on your hair? Does it attract your hair closer to it? It's a static charge.
Yeah, you're transferring charge to it. You didn't create it. The balloon already had a charge.
Did you overcome any bias or did you create that bias? What's it?
You don't create anything. You just create.
You created the bias, Witsit. Now, how did you create that charge with a helium balloon?
Buddy, you added charge to it.
How?
And then once that relationship with a Van de Graaff generator or rubbing it on your head, and whenever that relationship gets much stronger, then it overcomes anything else.
Great. So we live in a Van de Graaff generator. Is that what you're saying?
Balloon. Okay. There you go. Nice straw, man.
So, do we live in a Van de Graaff generator, Witsit?
No, but we live on an Earth that
then
is
stop pushing your belief system, which is bullshit, on everybody else, because that's not science. That's pseudoscience, Witsit. We do not live
you're out of your league. This is why you should have
a Van de Graaff generator. You do not. Why won't you let me finish talking?
Because you're just
lying. So we do live in a Van de Graaff generator. Is that what you're saying?
No, when did I say that?
You just said I'm lying when I'm saying we don't live in one. So
you're pretending I'm saying that.
You are saying Earth works like a Van de Graaff generator.
When did I say that?
I took a balloon, I used a Van de Graaff generator, put some static charge, and therefore it went down. That is what you said, did you not?
Did I say the Earth isn't a Van de Graaff generator?
You are claiming every observable phenomena why you claim we have a downward bias is caused by static charge.
What I said was there's a downward electric current.
Yeah.
It can be measured.
So when you put that electric current in, is it doing what we see in reality or opposite to what we see in reality? What's it?
What it does is it flips the polarity. So on the Earth, it is the way it is before we start to turn the Van de Graaff. There's no inside of Van de Graaff. It shows you don't even know what the machine is. We put two Gaussian surfaces, then the current's going down, just like on the Earth. You can go out and measure this. It's very weak, but it's measurable.
Inside would be between the Gaussian plates. Exactly. Now I'm asking, where's the Gaussian plates for your belief of this?
Now, that's a good question because we know we have a downward current on the Earth and it's measurable and it's equipotential. The only way that can be replicated with any demonstration or experiment is to use Gaussian surfaces above and below. But we do know we have gas pressure on the Earth. We do know that gas pressure requires containment. So if there's a container above us that could act as a Gaussian surface, what I do know is that there's a measurable electric current on the Earth. You're basically asking me, now, I could ask you the same thing. How do you know there's a container on the Earth?
Because we have an antecedent relationship. But now,
okay,
what is there a specific thing you have to make these Gaussian plates out of?
Just metal.
A specific metal?
It doesn't even have, no, it doesn't have to be a specific metal. And technically, you could use something else. It doesn't have, the Gaussian surface just means it can have charge. That's all it means.
Cool. So on the ground, on Earth, which metals are giving us this charge on the ground?
It doesn't have to be metal. Do you not listen?
Which substrate in the ground is giving us this charge? What's it?
No, the Earth's surface has a negative charge. Why do you think we ground things into the Earth?
Yeah, so what is giving us this charge? Which substrates in the Earth are giving these negative charges?
I don't have to make any claim like that. I'm talking about what is testable.
You're claiming we live in between Gaussian plates. So
Hey, what
the
what
firmament, are
what
you claiming the
material is giving us a
container?
container?
So the
What material is
container.
giving us a container?
So what's charging this container to give us this positive charge?
Charging the container. It goes to show you once again, don't even understand.
Again,
So
the
listen
container
carefully.
is the top of a Gaussian plate.
This is a waste of time.
So
This is a waste of time.
what is charging this plate? What's it?
Okay. I'm talking about what is measurable, so naturally occurring observable phenomena. A, the surface of the earth is negatively charged. We can ground things into it. We know this. B, naturally occurring observable phenomena. There's a downward electric current on the earth that goes towards the surface.
Okay, let's go stop it quickly. Thank you, Tony Whitcomb, for your £10 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Says, why would you need to try and manipulate something if it happens naturally in physics? The thing is, Tony, they are creating their own pseudoscience and calling it natural. That's the problem.
But I just told you that bumblebees fly over a flower.
Bumblebees create friction and static electricity with movement. Now, I want you to show us where your Gaussian plate is giving us an electric charge, top and bottom.
Okay, first of all, we can measure that it's there. Okay, so if you say, tell me what's happening way above me and exactly what the materials are made out of, I could say the same thing to you when you claim the earth is in a container. Okay, I'm talking about
mine sits on natural law. Yours sits on a belief, mate, that it can only be replicated. Yeah, it can only be replicated with man-made devices. Godzilla37, thank you for your $5 super chat. Says, by the way, this is way better than Glowbusters. Thank you very much for your super chat, Godzilla. I'm glad you enjoy it.
How is a bumblebee a man-made device?
I never said
How are
bumblebees are
clouds man-made devices?
Who said that? I never said they're man-made devices.
You said I need a man-made device. No, I don't. You can go observe this in
Van de Graaff
nature.
generator is a man-made device.
But you can observe it in nature. So you can do scientific experiments with man-made devices to test the same thing you observe in nature.
Okay. Do you understand that parts of the ground have different substrates than others? So you have different charges?
How did you verify what's in the ground?
Again, do you know you have different substrates around the world? You know, around everywhere? So in a location somewhere else, it's going to have a different effect of that. It's, let's say by me, you're going to have a different current. Are you saying it's the same all around?
Buddy, it doesn't have to be the same because it's just...
That's what I'm saying. So therefore, if I have to take something that's now stuck to the ground because of your so-called electro current, and I move it to another location, if it's changed, it should change direction then because I manipulate it just by changing location. Do you understand how idiotic your arguments are? It's Glover-based, Witsit.
If that 5-year-old straw man was actually my argument, yeah. But that's all you have.
That's just like you
got alley-oop dunked on with the diamagnetic claim and then ignored it.
Listen,
you claimed that
you
static
claimed
current was a thing. Everything you've said in this whole debate was retarded.
You claimed that you manipulate, as you say, the IV, the current. So now we're moving it around your Gaussian plates. So therefore the current should be changing, and therefore that thing that was supposed to be sinking, apparently being attracted downwards, should be floating up now. No, it's because it debunks your whole claim that you just made.
So it's not that there's some magical force that's so strong it pulls everything down to the earth. That's a strawman fallacy. Not everything goes down to the earth. Things go up and down, but they all go up and down on the earth, which has a downward electric current towards the surface.
False. You are false equivocating electric. Listen, Witsit. You are putting a belief that there is a downward bias because of this current that we can measure. You would agree.
Okay, so, but you agree there is a downward current.
Yeah, I never said there wasn't, but you would agree.
Okay, so listen, I'm saying, how
can I finish my statement? Can I finish my statement? Can I finish my statement? So you are taking this current that can be measured, and you are saying it's the same everywhere, just with different altitudes. So if you're saying, I can now scientifically validate this by manipulating the IV, which would be the current charge, therefore I would get a different result, you would agree?
You can't manipulate the entire Earth. That's
No. Listen, you saying you're taking the IV, which is the current, and you're manipulating the current.
You can flip the polarity, meaning the flow of the current, in a demonstration and show objects go the other direction. Yeah.
Right. So when you move location, it's got a different current. Therefore, you would have manipulated using nature, correct?
You say that, but you're basically making it up. I bet you can't cite it because there is the same measurable current all over the Earth. If it fluctuates slightly, it's nowhere close to enough to change the effect. To make things go up would require the entire field flip polarity.
So I just want to say, Roman Ortez, thank you very much for your $10 super chat. He says Flatzoid wins. Thank you very much for your super chat. Yeah,
and that's why I know this is why flat Earth is so stagnant, because people think Flatzoid's winning right now.
No, it's because you got such a huge ego. You can't concede that you will keep contradicting yourself, and nature demolishes your own pseudoscientific belief.
No. Okay, will you cite where the current changes on the Earth? Or do you make it up?
You know they blame this on a geoid, even? The reason they blame this on the geoid?
Now you're talking about the globe. Oh, you're not allowed to talk about the globe. You're talking about the globe.
Listen, do you believe in gravimeters, correct?
You cited
gravimeters before.
Yeah.
And it uses what you call your electric currents.
What? No. Gravimeters are they're spring-loaded, or there's interferometry. They just measure how fast an object falls to the ground. That doesn't prove anything. We know some objects fall to the ground, but how fast the objects fall to the ground can change during thunderstorms, for example. So that's just interesting.
Sorry, do you know gravimeters they use in mining so they can add density deposits?
Yeah, did you know they also interpret that data on an assumed 4,000-mile radius globe?
I don't care about that. Do you know that they assume that to be giving density deposits? So it works out density deposits at different locations, so therefore different electrocurrents.
Oh my God. Dude, the current is from the higher portions of the air down to the surface, okay?
So there's no currents in the surface then? Is that what you're claiming?
No, it doesn't matter. No, I didn't say that. That doesn't matter. Just because there's different variants of currents beneath the surface doesn't mean there's not one going from the air to the surface. It's measurable and testable and empirical.
Okay.
Do you know what empirical means?
Why do you ground something if it has no charge?
What? You ground things into the earth because that's where energy, electricity, goes to dissipate, which literally proves my point.
No, listen what you said. You said there's no electric charge in the ground. But
strawman fallacy, dude. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Everything you're saying is strawman.
So when you when you dig down and you dig out a rock, it's got an electric charge to it, as you said. So therefore, going against what you just said, there's no electric charge in the ground.
I never said that. That's a strawman fallacy. I literally said it. I said the fact that there's stuff in the ground, there's charge in the ground, doesn't debunk my position. Then you turned around and lied and said I claimed there was nothing there. That's like the 50th time you strawman me.
Contradicting yourself this whole
here because you've shown yourself to be intellectually dishonest. You're treating me like ballers do, where you blatantly twist my words.
Dude, you've been contradicting yourself the whole time. I've been trying my best to try and explain it to you in a very, I don't know, a way that you can understand that you're contradicting yourself.
You're the one that has ego, right? You're the one that has ego. How about this, Flatzoid? Do you want to set up a formal debate with a real moderator?
We can do that if you want to.
I will dunk on you. You know it.
Can I just say, despite the insults and condescension, it's still been an interesting conversation, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I would love for him to maybe admit that the whole diamagnetic would float isn't my claim, and he strawmanned it to magnetism. I would love for you to admit you strawman what I said about microwaves, but clearly there is no intention to like walk it back. The reason I came on here is because I stood up for you multiple times, right?
And I stood up for you multiple times.
I come over here, and you're just like claiming I'm a fake flat earther because some dude that I didn't even know was teamed up with me, and I had a one-day notice. I jump on there, and he's acting crazy because I'm smiling and trying to keep it together to make it not be. It's pathetic that you did that, dude. So I got to get out of here, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I wish that you would show a little more integrity, but
Yeah.
It's all good.
Projection. Congratulations.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Mm-hmm. It's very simple. The
Laters,
guy,
bro.
the guy contradicted himself left, right, and center, and he kept projecting onto me his dishonesty. I don't know how much more I can. I mean, I try to explain as dumbed down as I can, and he's always said diamagnetism, has he not before? I mean, I remember when they first got into this, it was based on magnetic fields.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It was an interesting conversation, though. It was good. I liked it.
But yeah, I was supposed to end the show 47 minutes ago, guys. So I think my generator's about to run out of petrol. So I just want to say thank you all for coming. Unfortunately, I have to go. I didn't expect it to go on this long. At least this was live. Thank you all for coming. And Witsit, please go back and listen again, because you were contradicting yourself left, right, and center, mate. And yeah, you were arguing for the globe. As soon as you say downward bias and buoyancy because of a force, that is globe-based, mate. Sorry. I don't know how to get it through to him, but that's it. And yes, he should have stopped the guy from talking the way he did. Because if it was me, I would have told the guy, please stop. But instead, he was smiling and laughing with him. Yeah, it's incoherent magnetics to change in a lot of time. And it's sad that he thinks you can't get any magnetism with electrocharges. Well, he did say you can, and then he said you can't, and then he said you can again. So he can't make up his mind.
He just wants to talk about math. Math.
Yeah, but I mean,
math,
I didn't even
math.
get to how did he measure those so-called charge currents. I didn't even get to that yet. But yeah, that would have gone on another hour. But I mean, I love how he wants to use using gravimeters in arguments, him and Bob have, and then wants to downplay it now and says, no, we just see it just changes because of storms. It picks up mineral deposits that show different densities. He was supposed to say, yeah, it's because of the charge. That's why it does that. But he knew if he did that, he would be conceding his own point mute again. So, yeah, the guy's very dishonest. I'm glad it's live. Everybody could see. He came on, and I can't help if he doesn't understand that. But yeah, thanks all for coming. Really appreciate it. See you guys all tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be the debate with Muhammad on was his consummation with Aisha moral or not. So looking forward to that. Thanks all guys for being here. Cheers, mate. Many blessings and may the pressure be with you.